What's good? It's your boy TJ Grayson, and welcome to episode number 31 of the Realest Living Podcast. Check the link in the description to get all the information for the socials as far as wanting to be on the podcast and watching shorts and clips of the podcast on YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, all of that. I'm going to get into the introductions. First, we have one new guest on the show. Sir, if you could introduce yourself.
No, Briley. No, there's nothing else but that. Briley.
All right, and I believe third appearance on the show.
Brandon.
All right. Normally I do a random quote of the week, but I'm not gonna lie, until we get back in a little rhythm, discontinued. So we're gonna move on into the first topic. It's called Order of Importance, and I've been doing it on this season of the podcast. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna name 5 categories. And when it comes to the dating process, from start to finish, the whole process of courting and the initial walk up, all of that from start to finish.
This is what we're talking about. Dating, we're looking for a relationship. This ain't you're gonna talk. We're just like dating.
But it starts all the way from, hey, how are you? My name is Briley.
Okay,
all the way from that. All right, so 5 categories: looks, sex, money, height, personality. Put them in order of importance. And if you'd like to explain why, then yeah. It's okay. I've had some interesting answers with this so far. So,
all right. I guess I'll go first. Personality has to be number 1 because if I can't get along with you, the sex ain't gonna be good. I ain't gonna care how much money you got. I'm probably just gonna ghost you every time you text me. Like,
okay,
if it ain't personality, like if I can't vibe with you on any type of intellectually level, then it ain't about to happen.
Okay, all right. So 1 is personality.
Oh, let's see. 2.
Just to clarify, sorry, it's personality, looks, sex, money, height.
So 2 in that order would be looks.
Okay.
I mean, you ain't gonna be with somebody if you don't like the way they look. I mean, if I was ugly as fuck, I wouldn't expect nobody to be fucking with me. So
okay.
So looks, sex has to be next because if we're going to make that step and I'm gonna be with you for an extended amount of time, it can't be some lackluster anything. I have to be able to have fun, experience things that I ain't never experienced before, maybe. So sex is number 3. Money. Money would be next. It's nice for you to have a little change, but I ain't expecting you to be rich. Like, just a little bit of money, take care of yourself. As long as you're able to take care of yourself, pay your own bills and everything, that's what I consider money. You ain't got to have, like, this brand new car. You ain't got to have all kind of jewelry. And then heights last. I really don't care. I can climb up trees if she's huge. So.
All
right. For me, I'm going to agree with Briley on number 1. Personality is number 1 for me. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, a 7 could be a 10 if she has a good personality. A 7 could be a 10 if she has a nice personality. Like,
gotcha.
I'll take the 7 with a nice personality over the 10 with a shitty personality any day.
The one you can't even talk to, just can't even get along with.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay.
All right, so that's number 1. Number 2 is probably looks. Cause I ain't gonna lie, you start getting below 7, it's tough. It's tough for you. Yeah, I say looks is 2, cause when a personality starts to dip, the looks can kind of gain that extra ground. If she ugly and her personality dip, she ain't got nothing to fall back on. You know? She ain't got nothing to fall back. All right.
Sex, money, and height left.
I'm gonna put money 3. I ain't gonna lie to you. Money's probably gonna be 3. Sex is 4 and height is 5. I can't say height because I'll take a tall one, I'll take a short one, I'll take one
Exactly.
my height.
Exactly.
And sex is probably 4 because I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna get me. So I'm gonna get me. So I mean, and I done had some basic too. You know what I'm saying? So as long as the personality's right, you look good, I can hang out with you, be your friend first. It'll be all right.
Okay. So just so I got it clear, personality. You said personality first, looks second, sex third, money then height.
Yep.
You said
yeah.
you said personality first, looks second, money, sex then height.
Yes.
All right, so you want to hear mine?
Yeah.
Number 1, looks. Number 2, sex. Number 3, personality. Number 4, height. Number 5, money. Number 1 is looks because if she ugly, I don't give a fuck about her personality. I don't. That's why I'm really wondering, like, when people put personality first, like, do y'all really care about the personality of a bitch that's ugly?
Nah,
But that's my look comes second,
it's
though.
number 2 though.
Yeah,
like,
No. But it's not more important though, because my thing is your looks will get you in the door, and your personality will keep you in the house.
I'm saying if I'm at the club, or not even at the club, if I'm out and I see some like a group of girls and one is like having fun, like she's, you know what I'm saying, somebody I could really relate to.
But she look like Whoopi Goldberg.
Why they gotta be on the other end of
Well,
the
hold on.
spectrum though?
No, but you said no. But
Like
that's
they either fine or ugly as hell.
But
Like,
I'm
why
saying,
can't it
like,
be in
I mean,
the
In the
middle?
middle, like,
average girl is fine, but I'm saying like she has to be at least moderately attractive for you to actually care, because if she is on that lower, see, the thing is, if she's on that lower end of the spectrum, it's just no. If she's on the high end of the spectrum or in the medium end of the spectrum, well, the medium is, we'll discuss it. The high end may be, okay, I'll get to know you. And then if her personality is shitty, then it's like, okay, I'm not fucking with you. The personality matters after. I think the personality is most important when it comes to the dating process, but that don't even start to me if she ugly.
Yeah.
And that's why it's most important.
All right. So for me, a 2 ranking those is like 80%, which is like an 8. Like
that
an
one
8 will get my attention.
Well, yeah,
A
but you
7
said,
might get
how
my
many
attention.
women do you think are 7s and ups? You think there's a surplus of girls that are 7s and up?
I tell you, there's a lot of 7s with great personalities.
Sure, but what about?
I tell you this,
I'm gonna tell you,
there
there's
ain't a
more
lot of 10s.
No, you're right.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You're right. But what about? Do you think there's a lot? There's probably a lot of 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s with good
There's a
personality.
gang load of them motherfuckers.
But don't nobody give a shit because they're 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6. And my thing is,
Somebody striking them.
they're gonna get dick for sure.
Somebody's got it.
They're gonna get
Somebody's
dick.
on it.
They're gonna get dick
Somebody's
for
striking.
sure. But what I'm saying is that nobody gives up. Like, you'll fuck them, but as far as taking them seriously, you won't, because they don't meet your looks requirement. And then, like for me, number 2 being sex, an absence of it or bad sex can ruin even the prettiest of girls. For me. So that's why it's important, because it's a deal breaker for me. The personality is definitely a deal breaker, but to me, if you have a great personality but your sex is trash and you're ugly,
Like he said, if she's a 10 and got some terrible, I'm still gonna get mine.
well,
I'm gonna enjoy what I'm looking at
Right.
first.
but my point is, if she's a 10, you're willing to get to know her personality a lot easier than a 2. And that's, to me, why it's more important for looks, because a 2 come up and approach you at the club, you might talk to her, but you're gonna be like,
I'm saying.
But if a
like,
10 come up to you, you'll talk to her for a little bit, and then you'll give her a chance to show you she ain't shit. As opposed to the 2, you're not even really stunning her like that.
I'm gonna tell you this: if a 7 walk up to me and they got a great personality, I'm gonna give them the time of day. If a 10 walk up to me and I don't like them, it's over with.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, if she just
I'm
comes
saying?
up and being loud and obnoxious and you really ain't feeling that,
I get that. But I'm saying a 1 could come up to you, or a 2, or a 3, or a 4 could come up to you and have a nice personality, and it don't fucking matter. And that's my
They
point.
Cool though.
So-
I'm gonna tell you this:
You'll be cool with them.
they gonna get more of my attention if we talking about a relationship.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to them more than I'm gonna talk to the 10 that I can't stand.
But well, of course. But you might even fuck them. But they're never gonna be. I'm talking about the 10. That's what I'm saying. Like they can get your attention, but when it comes to like actual relationship and dating and stuff like that, the 10 still, even with the shitty personality, a 10 with the shitty personality has a better chance to get dick from you than a 1 with a great personality.
So how I look at it is objectively, I've seen some 10s with some ugly ass men that just look awful. And it couldn't have been their looks that got them in the door.
It's opposite for women to me, I think. Yeah. Women don't look, you as a man can make up for your looks when you're ugly if you have money, status, or something
personality.
Like that. As for a woman, it doesn't fucking matter what your status looks like. It doesn't matter. Not even personality. There's a lot of good guys with personality that don't get no bitches because they ain't got no money and they ain't got no status and they don't have any kind of clout or anything like that. So I think for men, it's more like I always say that men are success objects to women and men or women to men are sex objects. We look at women sexually and they look at us more monetarily, which is fine. I don't really think that's an issue. That's just what they want. But that's what we want. But I'm just saying that if she's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 maybe. But a lot of the times we don't really care about their personality as far as dating. We don't. Yeah, like we knew some really, really cool girls in high school. Ugly as shit. No way we would strike them down.
Why they gotta be ugly as shit though?
Because they were, bro. Like let's stop. Let's just be real.
No. I ain't talking about like them actual girls, but I'm saying like if I got look second, that mean it's still important.
I know that, but I'm saying that, and I know that I'm not saying that you're not saying.
Like, I ain't saying like they
like it could just be a 2.
Yeah.
No. I'm not saying they got to be a 2. I'm saying that I don't think that looks are more important, or I don't think personality is more important than looks because it's completely irrelevant if the girl is ugly. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm using the low end of the spectrum because I'm saying like if a girl looks good, she still has an opportunity to get to know you'll take her on a date to get to know her personality and stuff like that. And she has a chance, right? She has a chance to audition. Whereas the girl that's ugly, you won't even let her come into the theater.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do understand what you're saying. I'm just saying for me, like I done met some like quote unquote basic girls that I done had like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just vibe with them. And I would give them folks a chance quicker than I would the one that need attention, the one that, you know what I'm saying, from other people.
I'm with you. I'm not even arguing against that. I'm just because
that's a miserable life to live.
It is
to have a trophy wife that you can't stand.
Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful women out here with shitty personalities, but I always notice that when you're like coming back, you'll say, if she a 7 is she decent, then I'll take it. But I don't ever hear you say, if she a 4 is she decent, I'll take it. Or she a 2 is she decent.
But that's why looks is second.
Because looks ain't fit.
She got to look decent.
I know she got to be decent, and I get it. I'm just saying, and I get it. You're saying personality matters just a touch more, and I get it.
Yeah.
But for me, like
for the long term.
Yeah, sure. But I'm saying my personal opinion is there is no long term if I think you're ugly. And so I feel like if the whole operation gets shut down off the jump because of your looks, then they have to be the most important. Now, looks become increasingly less important the further you get into the like relationship and stuff, of course. And personality becomes infinitely more important. I would say when you're married, personality is definitely number 1. But from start to finish, looks are definitely number 1. And sex is important too. I put sex above it too because people get divorced for sex. People cheat for sex. People, they do all these things when they don't get it in marriages. Like, no, I don't think, actually they just, I saw the other day that if you're in a marriage and it's sexless, it's actually grounds for divorce. You can actually divorce somebody based off of them not giving you sex. So,
all right, so I'm going to ask you this question.
All right.
How many females have you had sex with and it's been regular?
Couple.
You know what I'm saying?
I say like 60% of them. Like, Everybody
It's a
ain't
lot of
got.
regular
Everybody ain't
out
got
there.
that. Yeah.
It's a lot of regular.
Sure, and I'm cool with regular, but I'm saying if it's like bad to non-existent, it's a deal breaker, damn near.
It can be.
And it doesn't matter to me how good your personality is. If you're in a sexless marriage and that it's gonna be hard to maintain that
Yeah.
living off of.
Yeah.
Well, she at least she's got a great personality. She treats me
At
good,
least
and
she looks good.
yeah, she looks great. She treats me good, but I don't know. Sex could be more important than looks too. But
But see, like you said, it all
I
changes
don't think
as you
it
get
is.
older.
it does change. But but that's why I was
agree.
I was very particular about saying from start to finish.
That's why I said at the start that sex, I'm gonna get that personality. Dot sex. I'm gonna get mine.
But not from no ugly bitch though. That's the thing.
That's why looks is second. That's why looks is second.
All right, all right.
So what else you have? Like what
Oh, okay. So
like,
I had
what-
looks number 1, sex number 2, personality 3, height 4, money was last. I literally could care less how much money a woman makes.
So you gonna spend the bag?
Yeah, I want to take care of a woman, so I don't really care. I mean,
I'm gonna take care of it.
I just need her to be.
Time.
No, I'll take care of her. If she's nice, sweet, and she does that, she doesn't even have to work.
So she gotta have a good personality for you to spend that money on.
Yeah, that's number 3. It's more important than the money.
Okay.
Yeah. But she's got to look good and she's got to fuck good too. I'm just saying, like money's not important to me. I'm not if I have a lawyer right here and then I have a girl that works at McDonald's right here, and both of them are equally pleasant, I might pick the lawyer, but I'm not gonna pick her because she's a lawyer. Or I might pick the McDonald's worker, but it's not because she works at McDonald's. It's just whichever one treats me nice.
So
And whichever one's free.
Wait.
Hold
Hold on. I got a question. All right, so you got the lawyer over here.
Yeah.
And the McDonald's worker over there.
Okay.
The McDonald's worker treats you better,
Mhm.
but the lawyer has better sex. Who you picking?
Well, it would depend on
You got
How much better?
This lawyer's
It would
lawyer's making $300,000 a year.
I don't care about that.
You
And
gotta
actually,
pick
the more
lawyer, because sex is second on the list.
sex is, but see, here's the thing: does the lawyer look infinitely better than her? Is the also too another thing is the lawyer more annoying? Is the lawyer more demanding? Is the lawyer more that it all comes with peace too? There's like a lot of other things that we didn't list, like peace, submission, femininity.
Number one.
Peace is number 1. If she's gonna if this girl gives me more peace, because here's the thing, this girl's gonna be working a lot, right? She's gonna be dealing with stressful situations, so she's gonna come home. She ain't gonna want to cook. She's gonna come home. She gonna come home. She ain't gonna want to cook. She gonna come home. She gonna be stressed out from her day and stuff, and I'm gonna be stressed out from my day. And so we're just gonna be. But see, if they're not working, right, or if they're at McDonald's or whatever, and they maybe work 20, 30 hours a
She
week,
might be stressed.
Bro,
She gonna be stressed too.
I miss some stressed out McDonald's workers.
Listen, I'm not saying she won't.
too.
I'm not saying that she won't, but I'm saying that I'm just saying that it's really just who's gonna be less annoying for me. Who's gonna come home and just be my peace. And that's what I'm saying. And if I can get a girl that's gonna give me peace, I don't care if she's a lawyer. I'm not saying I wouldn't date a lawyer, but I'm saying like if she's a lawyer or a CVS worker, whichever one is gonna be more peaceful, more nice, more supportive, more friendly, that's the one I'm gonna pick.
Yeah.
And then the other things too, they factor in too, but
I agree.
yeah, but that's why money doesn't matter to me. Height's a little bit important because while I will climb a tree, I don't want to have to climb very long. I don't want her to be like 6'6" or anything like that. If she's like maybe a little bit taller than me,
6'3",
that's I don't know.
6'2", 6'1".
6'1" is cool because I'm 5'11" ish, so I could like tippy toe and be up
Yeah,
there. But
once you've worked your way down your list of looks and sex and everything, by the time you get to 6'3", it really shouldn't matter
Yeah.
after that point.
if she has, I mean, it's not like, it's one of those things where if she was 6'6", I wouldn't be like, well, I just can't talk to you.
She's okay. Yeah, she's not unapproachable.
Yeah, she's not unapproachable. Yeah, 7 feet even maybe. I might. She could be
I'm
Andre
cool,
the Giant.
Cool.
But I'm saying that's not as big of a deal as if she was like my ideal height, but ugly as shit. Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So anyway, anything else on that?
No.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the 3 questions. First question. The second topic. I have to do this for timestamp's sake. Second topic. put my phone up so I know when I edit this. First question. Should brothels prostitution be legal?
Fuck, yes. And not from a standpoint of just wanting to have it. I feel like if it's legal, you have more motherfuckers that ain't going to go fuck, because at that time, they're going to be like, go out there and get it. That's just like, in my opinion, like when weed becomes recreationally legal, like you still have people that's like wanting to smoke, but they ain't just like I know people that could go get a medical card right now, but they'd still rather do the things that they used to do. I think it should be legal, because like if it is legal, it's like it ain't taboo no more. Like, and you ain't gonna search out that taboo to get that feeling, because you know you can get it whenever you want to. It like calm you down a little bit. You know that you got it around the corner. It's like a dope fiend. They know they got it around the corner. They can go grab it. They just ain't gonna worry about it as much as they would if they got to drive and go find it and plan their day to go get it and go around all these little hoops, if they're in a relationship or if they're not, just to go find it.
I agree with that to an extent. I mean, for me, it really doesn't matter. I mean, me personally, is like I just feel like it would have to be heavily regulated. But I agree with your point that if people don't have that worry of like where I'm gonna get it, I feel like people wouldn't act as irrational as they do, and you wouldn't see like these rapes and you know what I'm saying? Because like if you can just go get it, I mean,
and then not to be like against like I don't know where I was going with that one.
I was supposed to talk your shit. I like when people start sentences like that.
I had something I was about to go on, but my mind just went blank.
Nah,
he brought it up in my mind, and then it just went away when I started paying attention.
I do agree, because when people have itches to do stuff, they do act irrational and do irrational things. But I mean, for me, take care of your business. I mean, do your thing.
It just zipped right back as soon as he said it.
Yeah, just don't like as long as if it ain't affecting me. I mean, do your thing.
I feel like it would make women stop, and not to say like I'm against women doing what they want to do to like show their bodies off and shit, but like when they're out there being a hoe and everything, and then they want a good man, and like, damn, I ain't got a good man. Like, it'll make women calm down some, knowing that like I'm going out here show my body. I'm like, all right, bitch, you can, but I can go up the street and order a number one on the menu, and like I ain't even got to worry about what you gonna do.
Not the number one on the menu. I think that does raise a very good point, because a lot of men actually struggle to get sex. And I think a lot of the problems with men nowadays are due to them not getting sex. Because I think a lot of men, that's ultimately what they want at the end of the day. Now, I was saying that I don't think that the street walking prostitution should be legal.
No.
No, I don't think that should be legal, because you cannot regulate that. And if that did become legal, I think that STDs would rise like heavily. But like we were talking about at the barbershop the other day, like a hoe house where like you could go in there and like you can present like paperwork to show that you've been tested, and then they can show they've been tested, and then you can use condoms, or you can have a room where you can risk it all, and you can go in there without a condom.
The only thing that I see wrong with it is like, are people turning down phase? You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
Like, all right, look. All right, so I ain't going to use a woman. I'm going to use you, for example, right?
Okay.
So say you work there, right? You're one of the workers at the whole house, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
Subject A comes in the door and says, hey, I want to have sex with TJ. And you looking at them, and on the scale, they are 2.5. You turning down that phase? You ducking phase? Or you going slaying?
Well, I feel like this is the thing. If I work there,
or does the price go up depending?
I feel like if you decide to work at a brothel, then it's like working at a regular job, right? So I look at it like this: if you decide to work there, like I know that if I go work at at Belk, if I work at Belk, it's probably gonna be some motherfuckers that's gonna come in there that's gonna be rude, and it's probably gonna be people that's gonna come in there and it's gonna be nice. So at the brothel, there's probably gonna be some motherfuckers that are gonna come in there that's gonna be bad as shit, and there's probably gonna be some monsters that come up in there.
A lot of monsters.
A lot of them, bro. I don't really think a man working at a brothel would actually even be beneficial, because I don't think a lot of women would come in there.
Shit.
I don't think so, because women don't have to really struggle to get sex like that. On the
You'll
other
see some dragons walk through that door.
Yeah, I'm
now.
about to say them 1, 2, 3, 4s, and 5s are gonna come through the door knocking.
Trying to
dudes
tell
will still
you.
fuck them. I'm telling you, dudes
I'm
will
saying,
still fuck
all
'em.
right, so if you the woman though, like say you the woman,
That work there?
yeah,
Okay.
and you look on your calendar and you got 4 65-year-old 325-pounders coming in today.
That's probably what would be most
Like,
of what would come in there.
I'm
But
saying,
I would say it would be the same thing as like a stripper dancing with like
Tits.
ugly men come in
Tits.
there all the time, and they have to gyrate on them and all kinds of things like that. You know, I just feel like
though. This
I know it's different.
This one hit different. Though.
I know it, but that to me, that's part of you working there. If that's something that you can't deal with, then don't work there. But that's why I'm saying, like,
I'm saying, how many bodies can you take in one night?
that's hey, look,
You know what I'm saying?
if
Be part of the
a
regulation,
woman
like-
wants to go and they want to work there, I'm like just like a regular prostitute. They probably take a shit ton of bodies in a night. But the thing is, that has to be something that you accept when you decide to do it. Now, if the workers or the people that work there, like you said, want to regulate that and say, well, actually, I don't want you fucking more than 3 dudes in a day, right? Or 2 dudes in a day. Then, like, okay, in order to like prevent maybe like some kind of STD or something like that, then cool. But see, you can regulate that in a brothel, whereas if they were walking on the street, you can't really do that.
Walking on the street shouldn't be legal.
Yeah.
Like you should walk in like if
him-
you want to come in there and like you're going to be a repeat customer. I feel like your first time you need like a medical staff there that's going to draw your blood, spin it on that blood thing, see what you got, and like that. Or if you just want to come in there and no blood test, have a room like you said where you just throw darts at the wall. Maybe one of them hits, maybe one of them don't. We'll see.
That's on you. And you know, you can sign a waiver, sign a contract, but see, and you can even get it to where the strippers or the people in there make more money for doing that, or you can like do where it's more expensive to do that, and then they get a bigger tip. Like you can do all that, but I'm saying like all that can be regulated in a brothel, as opposed to like I don't really see a problem with it being legal because me personally, it's a choice at the end of the day. You choose to go do that. So if consequences do arise, then fuck it. And my thing is like, it's your choice. That's kind of like me with like marijuana and things like that. Like if you go and you choose to smoke weed and you go and buy weed or whatever, you know it's illegal, you know it's whatever the case may be. No matter how you feel about it, if you go and do it, that's on you. But if you enjoy it, then you enjoy it.
All right, so I
I
agree, but why should the street walking be illegal?
I say the street walking should be illegal because it's harder to regulate it.
But why does it need regulation?
You said why does it need regulation?
So
Because of the spread of STDs.
They gonna spread it.
pregnancies, kids in
No,
foster
but I'm
care.
saying you can put things into place to kind of like at least lower the chances for STDs. Like I said, you could have customers come in and present proof that they've been tested recently. You could test all of your female workers there repeatedly. You know, and if they do get an STD, get out of here, you're fired type shit. Or get that if it's like one of those like herpes, HIV, one of them, because you know the other ones could be cleared up. But
Take a little shot on the other.
I'm just saying, like, you can regulate that a lot better. You know, you can turn customers away if they're unwilling to do these things. And then also, you know, you could be like, you got to be a certain age to come in here. Like, there's regulations, right, that you can put on a brothel that on the streetwalkers you can't really do because you can't monitor every street.
My thing with the streetwalkers is because, like, usually with them, is drugs comes with it. So there's going to be some kind of drug that some streetwalkers doing to get that kind of money. Because if their life was just excellent, they wouldn't be on the street walking trying to get some dick for some money. So they'll do anything for money. Like pregnancy rates would rise, and like kids been in foster care systems, it's already a broken system as it is. Dealing with foster care would be the worst thing to deal with. And then, like he said, STDs. We're already not the best state in the world that has it. So if it become legal here, it'd be just way on up there.
I just feel like
You got a good point, though.
opening a brothel to regulate something like sex isn't a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like there's, like, because if the streetwalker is on the street and everybody knows she a streetwalker, them same people that's gonna make that choice to walk in the whole house are the same people that's making that choice to deal with the streetwalker.
I understand, but
and as far as the drugs, if you taking 3-4 bodies a night, you better be on something. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to think it. But if they're in that establishment though, they're probably in there making some change. So they're probably going home like most of them probably ain't gonna have no man. And if they do have a man, fuck, I feel bad for that motherfucker. But anyways,
oh God,
yeah. But if they going home making
God.
like if they make like 3 racks or something a week for just fucking somebody, I'm sure that they ain't gonna be out like just.
Don't no man want to be with a woman
Hell
that
no.
knowingly is getting
Hell
fight
no.
by another dude.
Not just one.
Yeah, and see, and the thing is, you could also like you can put cameras in the room, and you can do monitor.
You would have to monitor.
But yeah, I'm saying it would probably
Like
you'd probably have to do a lot of steps in order to ensure safety. But I'm saying that if I want to say prostitution, so to speak, then no, that should not be legal. Then I guess. But if we're gonna talk about like a brothel. Because they used to be legal. I don't know about that either. That's a little... Because you can't... I mean, you can regulate it, but you can't really be there and see what happens all the time. I mean, maybe you can monitor their location or whatever, but, you can't really ensure that they're
what's going on.
You can't ensure they're using condoms.
Who regulates the whole house?
I think the government could. That's if they make it legal, then they would have to be the ones that would regulate it and make the rules and stuff. And you could have like audits.
FDA for pussy.
You can have audits and stuff. It would be a lot of work, but I think that and I think that to your point, right, with the street walking and stuff. If you made prostitution itself legal, then you're right. Like people may not go to the whorehouse. They probably could because it might be more expensive to go to the whorehouse as opposed to I could just
walking on the street.
I could just catch the streetwalker. That's why I say maybe prostitution shouldn't be legal, but the brothel should. Oh God!
That's why you have that room at the brothel where you're just going to get it cheap
for sure. But prostitution, yeah, and like the motherfuckers pay me $5 and spit on my face or some shit like that.
That's wild.
That's crazy. All right, so anything else on that?
Nah.
All right, so I shared a post on Facebook the other day. This is the second question, and I got a lot of interesting comments. I didn't put my 2 cents on it. I kind of am on the fence about it, but the post that I shared said, "You have 8 hours a day to teach my kids. If you can't fit it in, do it tomorrow. We get 4 hours with our kids after school to bedtime. I'm not wasting it on homework. Life skills and family times matter just as much." So the question is, do you feel as though homework is integral or necessary for kids?
No. And my reasoning is because when I got to college, I got bombarded with. I didn't get prepped for college, so when I got to college and realized the professor didn't give a fuck about me whether I did homework or not, it was left to me, up to me to do it. To a certain point, a child needs to do homework when they're at that beginning stages of life, like learning, like coming home with your parents and like learning your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. You can consider that homework. But when you get to a certain point where you got to teach a kid like. You got to be responsible. When you go in that classroom, you got to sit there, you got to learn. And I know a lot of teachers can't get in touch with kids because they just have different styles of learning. But at the same time, like I said, once you get older and you get to the real world in college, they don't give a fuck if you learn or not. They got your money, and that's all they care about. So I had college professors say, you ain't got to do homework. They looked at me and like, homework's optional. We're going to go over it the next day, but homework's optional. So if you want to succeed, it's all on you. I don't think it should be once they get past a certain age. Once they get past a certain age where they're learned responsibility, I feel like past that point, like when I was hit high school or even middle school, none of that fucking homework I did really mattered. Everything I learned in the book is about all that mattered anyways. And hell, it took an ACT that none of the fucking homework I took mattered, but that's what got me into college because I was just a good test taker. So I'm not down with homework. Homework is not it.
I respectfully disagree. I think the reason I say I disagree is because I see a lot of times like when kids get home, their parents just give them the iPad, and what they're not learning at school, they gonna learn on social media. You know what I'm saying? So it's like really like a balance of. If kids are spending time with their kid, I mean, if parents are spending time with their kids, then I agree with you. Homework isn't that important. Life skills are probably more important. But a lot of the people I know just give their kids the iPad,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not being productive. You know what I'm saying? They're following somebody else's life. They're following what somebody else's do. And for me, homework, especially when I got to college, like you said, the professors really put that onus on you if you want to be successful.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna babysit you. They ain't gonna.
They got
sure
your
you
money.
got
They
it
don't give a
done.
shit.
It's up to you if you wanted to be successful. And I think you do learn a lot from doing homework. If your parents are helping you with homework, I feel like that's good bonding time because you see a different perspective of learning.
So really, a
Not
lot
just
of it has to deal with the home life of the child when they come home.
right,
That
more
was-
than the actual homework.
Yes,
itself.
that's where I said it. It isn't as important because if I got a kid that's coming home to a house full of dope-headed parents that don't give a shit what he does or anything,
Right.
like he's already set up for failure.
set up to fail. Right,
Like,
I agree.
He ain't gonna learn nothing. So like that's when you got to have good teachers that give a shit about their job to want to try to get through to a kid that they see struggling. But that's where you come into a whole nother issue: is do a teacher really give a fuck if you learn it or not? Or are they just there collecting a paycheck? And if you fail, they don't give a shit to write a F on your shit and send you on about your way.
I agree.
I'm a little on the fence, but I'm honestly, I lean more towards having it. And I say that because the first sentence of this whole post really is ignorant as shit. So it says, you have 8 hours a day to teach my kids. False.
yeah, that's great.
False. They go and they learn 18 different subjects in a day with 30 different kids in the classroom. They're not getting 8 hours of math a day. You know, maybe an hour, 30 minutes, 40. And my thing is, with math especially, that's not something that you can just open up a book and look at and like, oh, I know how to do this. Like, you have to actually practice that in order to learn it. Now, on the contrast of that argument, math, like long division and shit, not really necessary in life.
No.
Not really necessary in life. But I would say that, like, one of the points I was going to make, but you made it for me, was, you know, they're talking about the home life is important. You only got 4 hours. But like you said, most of the time they just throw the kids on the tablet. You get home, you take your kids out to eat, and then you go to school the next day and the kids don't know what the fuck they talking about, which I think homework is more of a refresher because, like, if I come back the next day, like if we talk about shit on the podcast and I tell you about, like, let's say you were coming back tomorrow, hypothetically, and I was talking to you about divorce statistics, right? And I said it, and I just expected you to just remember it after you went home and went to Sky Zone and and went to all these places and then tried to come back the next day after English, reading, and social studies, and then now we get to math and like, so do you remember what we talked about yesterday? That's just not gonna, your mind, especially at 12, 13, 11, 10, you're not going to remember that. You're not going to be able to compartmentalize that. So I think that homework is good in that sense. But on the flip side of it, I think over, like giving too much homework is just a little bit of a step. Personally, I think the times that kids remember are doing projects with their families.
Yep.
That bonding time, like drawing like the cell and making these stupid little poster boards for the book fair and all that shit. I think that is quality family time that you give. And I think that when you have, like I said, 30 kids in the class with them, you can't give kids that one-on-one attention. If I have a question, you know, I ask it and we stuck on that question for 30 minutes, well, now my whole day as the teacher kind of has to be altered because we spent so much time on this one question because you weren't getting it, but I can't really devote that time to you. So I don't know. I honestly, I think I'm leaning more towards it needing to be like given.
Yeah, and like Briley said, I do agree that it is. I don't know. It's a slippery slope.
It's either way you go because there's a lot of factors that go in with
it. Right.
You're right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, they come home to a house full of dope fiends. it don't really matter.
They're gonna want to get out of the house and go play outside until everybody in the house falls asleep, and then they're gonna come in there and go to bed.
Which and that's a bigger problem. But I do think that if we're just saying in general, homework definitely helps with retaining or with keeping you on your P's and Q's type thing. Because to just expect kids to go home and do all this fun stuff with their parents and then come back the next day and then like remember it after 4 or 5 classes, that's tough.
Yeah, that's tough.
So the homework I think is good. And like I said, when me and my mom helped me study for a test one time, and man, I got up the next day. I knew every single thing. And when I used to study, I would literally my friend Bone, I remember we were studying together, and he just literally was looking at the damn paper.
Yeah.
I was like, "How you gonna learn like that?"
He do that.
Yeah, and like
Riley no ball.
I know he know him. Yeah, I was gonna say I know he know Antonio, but yeah, I'd be like, "What are you doing?" But you know that time with the family that you spend learning the homework it helps in both ways with the family time and with the retention of the knowledge. Some parents just aren't good at that, and that's why they just throw the tablet on the kid. Because if the kid's not getting it, which I mean they're trying to learn it, I don't know what the fuck you just go ahead and just get on the tablet, get out of my face.
Yeah, just like leave it on. So I got one thing to add on that. Because we both all went through this. Did y'all learn more in 50-minute classes or hour and 30-minute classes?
50 for sure.
Definitely 50.
Yep.
I don't after a certain point like I'm not gonna go there because it'll be a whole nother conversation.
If I have an hour and 30-minute class, best believe I got my AirPods in.
I think that
Best believe I got my.
Of this age, like if I was in school now, yeah.
It's not really about the length of time for me. It's more so about what you're packing into that time. I can learn a lot more in 30 minutes as opposed to an hour and 30 minutes if the 30-minute has like it's engaging and it's But I think with that,
if we just reading
an
off
hour and 30 minutes, it doesn't matter how engaging it is. I'm just gonna be like, I'm ready to go.
That's all my biology
need
teacher
a
do. Throw up a
snack.
PowerPoint and I'd be in there like,
Man.
Yeah, because attention
I
span
swear I
has to
did.
account
Yeah.
for something. I couldn't even teach that long. It doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter how I can't do movies, right? I like watching TV shows. 30 minutes, 22 minutes, 24 minutes. I can't sit there for 2 hours. You know, I really wanted to watch Game of Thrones, and then they told me it was like an hour and something episodes, hour 30-minute episodes. I'm good.
Oh, man,
I can do
I'm
it.
binging them, man.
I can't do it.
the girl I'm talking to just got me started watching that. And I was like, man, I ain't about to watch this shit. And I watched 2 episodes of it and I'm like,
Yeah, but see,
get down with it.
Yeah, but
I'm sure it's probably fire, but I'm saying I can't do. I personally, because after a certain point, I'm just gonna be like
So you wouldn't watch like a 7-series TV show?
7 series. Like, what do you mean? Like 7 episodes?
Nah, 7 seasons. I mean, 7
I've watched 7 seasons, but see, like I can pace myself because 30 minutes, because this is how I look at it.
They 50.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, so like, here's the thing: in a 7, let's say like there's a like 50-minute episodes as opposed to the anime that I watch that's 24 minutes, right? I can watch 4 episodes in 2 hours, and in that 2 hours, I'm only watching 1 episode.
Yeah, but it'd be a lot of stuff going on in that hour.
yeah, like,
Sure.
you ever watch The Godfather?
No.
3-hour
Anything-
movie?
it-
I
oh,
can sit there and watch that whole thing.
See, now 3-hour movie.
See, and here's the thing. I watched Avengers in theater.
Now that's fire. I watched.
It was
that whole
great.
thing.
It was great, but at some point I was just like, "Oh my god, okay, I'm ready for this to be over." Because like,
It's just like you said, if you can get into it,
even when I
because
get into it,
Have you seen the Arrow?
even when I get into
Why?
it, bro, it gets to the point to where my attention span is just like, okay, I've been sitting here for a minute. And my thing is, maybe there is a lot in that episode, but my thing is like, I don't feel like I've progressed, right? And in the anime, usually a season is like 12 episodes, right? So if I've sat down for 2 hours and I've watched 4 episodes, then I'm like a fourth of the way done with the entire, or I don't know how the math works. I think a fourth of the way done with the episode, a third of the way done, excuse me, with the entire anime, with the entire season.
That's
I
the
feel a little bit more accomplished.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't watch the Blacklist and like the Arrow and the Flash. It'd be 25 episodes, and I feel like that ain't enough in a season.
Heck
And
no.
it's 8, 7, 7, 8
You gotta
seasons.
get
50,
more.
50-minute episodes.
50.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
And I be
It
feeling
would
like
take me
it
too
ain't
long
enough.
to see, and it would take me too long to finish it. And my thing is like, I want to watch as much anime as I can. And if I'm like, that's one reason why I don't watch those anime with like 800, 700 episodes, because like I feel like I'll spend a majority of my time watching them, and then I won't be able to watch others.
Sure, they
Get stuck on that one.
They gonna be on the back
Yeah.
burner until I finish.
Yep.
That's
gonna
why
wait.
I'll
They
watch
gonna
one with
wait.
like 130 something episodes, because I can finish that in a reasonable amount of time. Like I watched Black Clover. It took me like 3-4 weeks to watch that whole thing, right? But like
How many minute episodes?
they 24.
See, at 24, like
That's just not enough for me.
You watching more
Animes.
intros than you are.
No. Let me tell you about anime, bro. At the end of every episode, generally, there's always a massive ass cliffhanger. And so it always makes you want to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
Because they always leave you, like, that's always anime, bro. They dramatic as fuck. And at the end of the episode, it's like, bro, ain't no way this happened, bro. Now you got to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
That's how they get you on anime.
Yeah.
And you know it's coming every time. Like they'll have like, I just watched one the other day, like these dudes, like, or actually earlier, I was at the laundromat, and they were like supposed to go, they got called back to this village, and right before the episode ended, they revealed like the motherfucker's like long lost brother that we thought had died at the beginning of the show, and then they just cut the shit off. And I was like, bitch, like why would you do that? So now I'm like, I had to come back for the podcast, but now I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, bro, I need to watch it.
Yeah.
That's like, and that's the thing, like, it's not about how long the episode is. It's about what you put into the episode.
I agree.
And so, like, that's why with a hour 30-minute class, though, you could put a lot of it in there. But my attention span is I'm just gonna be like, okay,
After 30 minutes.
my ass is starting to hurt in this chair. You know what I'm saying? My eyes are hurting because I'm
bed.
thirsty. I'm hungry. Now you got me tired. 24 minutes, 30 minutes. I didn't even really like the 50-minute classes, for real. Looking at the clock.
I just liked it because it changed a lot. You wasn't sitting in, you know, you
Yeah.
was them four same people every day. At least with that, you had to go see 7 people for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And go circles.
Yeah, there was a lot of movement around. Okay. All right. Anything else on that?
Nah.
Got it.
All right. Last question for this one, and then we'll move on to the final little tally. Do you think that you can demand something in a do you think that if you demand something in a relationship, you should also be able to provide that?
Like if you demand whatever you demand, you should be able to provide it too.
So you always hear that age-old saying of whatever my man brings to the table, that's what I should be able to bring to the table, or vice versa. If I bring in this, then she should bring in that too, type thing. Or type shit.
Demand to me is a strong word. I don't know, but for me, I wouldn't ask anybody to get me anything that I wouldn't get for myself.
How about I'll put it this way then, just so we can
demand
make sure
kinda
we
like
get it.
that.
Well, I'll say demand because most women, you demand you should be demanding what you want in a relationship. I would say this: is it cool for a fat woman to say she don't want to date a fat guy? Is it cool for a man that has kids to say he don't want to date a woman that don't have kids? Is it cool for a rich woman to say that, well, she doesn't want to date, a rich man to say he doesn't want to date a broke woman? Like, these are more of the things that I'm saying, talking about. Like, because that's usually where it comes in.
So if I'm rich, you saying that I should demand you be rich and you should bring something to the table to this relationship. Like if I'm bringing in money,
No.
you better be bringing money too.
I'm saying, is it wrong for, if you were rich, is it wrong for you to say, I don't want to be with no broke bitch? Or is it wrong if you were fat to say, I don't want to be with no fat bitch?
Well, this all goes back to the first one because that goes to your preferences. Because if you ain't gonna date this, then that's one of your fives. That's you start lining up the fives again.
Okay.
I agree.
So y'all are
think-
under the mindset that preferences can
Yeah, I
be as
mean-
unrealistic, I guess, as possible.
I mean, yeah, they can be they preferences. It ain't like what you gonna get, but you know what I'm saying. Like if I say I ain't gonna date no girl unless she big, You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say that.
Unless she's a 7.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. Is it? I'm saying. I'm asking. Is it unfair for you to say that? Is it unfair for a man with kids to say he don't want to date a woman that don't have them? Because people always say if you got kids, you can't say you don't want to date nobody without kids. If you fat, you can't say you don't want to date you don't want a fat guy. So I'm asking, do you think that it's wrong?
I'm saying that's fair. Like, I'm telling you, I've met some people with some like crazy stipulations. Like, I know a dude that say he don't date women unless they come from a 2-parent household. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying?
I know people that
really
don't
can't
date
control it, but
that
I
don't date small
understand
women.
what he's saying.
Statistically speaking, majority of people come from there, but.
No, I'm saying like.
No, I'm saying like.
They,
no, I know.
Like mom and dad still together, like he can go
No,
to the
yeah,
house.
I'm
like,
saying
yeah.
that. I'm saying in America, most kids live in 2-parent households, so he's really like not just far off with that.
shit.
I know a guy that has a preference where he
No,
don't
they
date
do.
he don't
I
date a
mean,
women that's only
two-parent
like 200
households,
pounds.
There's 70 in America.
I'm saying.
No, I'm saying around here
He ain't,
you
he ain't
can say
all
that.
over the America.
But I'm saying in America,
Yeah.
statistically speaking, there's 70% of kids are in 2-parent households. 22% are single mother, and then like 4 to 5 are single father.
But I think the point, like, I think what we miss with those statistics is we have to like, we can't use general, like, we have to use like what's in our area. So like, so if he in Mississippi, it got to be how many 2-parent households are in Mississippi in a 50-mile radius. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who he gonna be seeing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that that's a wrong way of doing it. I'm just speaking more in general. I'm saying generally speaking, he would have a better chance of meeting a woman that's come from a 2-parent household. Generally speaking. Now around here might be different, because of course, like
30.
of course I have a higher chance of getting killed in Memphis than here, right? But if I overall, I may not have a high chance of being killed.
I don't know.
Last week,
Memphis is number
down the
2
street.
on the crime index.
I'm saying,
They're
all right,
definitely-
so look, like, so all right, so look at how many people live in Memphis, and then the amount of people that die, and then the amount.
You
of
can do it
people
by population.
that live here.
about the ratio of
And then
people.
You can look at by
Right.
population for sure. You have to
It's
take.
probably what 3,500 people.
Yeah.
that live
Shit,
in
no,
Corinth.
3,500.
I mean, for real, how many people live in Corinth?
We go look it
For real.
up.
I have no idea.
I say 10,000.
I think it's around 10, 15.
3,500.
I'll tell you, when
I
I,
really
went
do
to the
think-
courthouse
you
the other day,
think
I'm
we
pretty sure it's
burned
like 12.
It's
12
between 10 and 15 the last time I looked.
14,000.
Yeah,
is it?
yeah.
Oh, that was in 2020 though.
So then that we won't know till 2030, but so probably 15.
That man talking shit. Oh no, this said 2023. Sorry, my bad. 14,052.
Crazy.
That's what you said. 14,052.
So there's 14,000 people that just live. Is that Alcorn County or just the city?
Alcorn County.
Okay, so that's a lot. There's a lot of area to cover.
Unplug myself. All right. That's
I'm just saying that your likelihood is higher to die in Memphis than here. Now, now per 1,000 people it might be different, but I don't think it's a fair assessment because the sample sizes are way different, right? That would be like,
I mean, like, relative to us. So if you say 1 in every 6 people are victims of homicide in Memphis, there's a lot of 1 in 6. You know what I'm saying? If you say 1 in 6 of everybody in Corinth is a victim of a homicide, that's a lot of people.
One thing about it is like the personal choices of them people. Like a lot of people that die in them violent crimes choose a violent life to live.
Yeah,
What was we
that's
even
true.
talking about?
And even if they don't choose a violent life to live, they know the company that they keep. Because some people get hit by stray bullets that ain't even
I'm telling you.
around it, but they know the people that they're around and what they do. And they're standing out in the yard, and somebody comes by that's got a problem with that other person. Then they catch the bullet, the other person runs. You still know who you was around.
Yep.
So you're saying that, well, first and foremost, to go back to the original argument, because I like where you're going with this, because I get in this conversation when we talk about rape a lot. But anyway, we go there. Anyway, we go there on this podcast. We really talk about it a lot. Anyway, I agree with you and you. Yeah, preferences can be as unrealistic as possible because they're what you like. So it doesn't matter if you are on welfare and you want to date only millionaires. If that's what you like, that's what the fuck you like. You're gonna have to concede a little bit, but
Might not get it.
you might not get it. But if that's what you like, then that's what you like.
That's what
So
you like.
yes, now you're saying that people should be held accountable for their actions, even if something shouldn't happen, right? Is that what you're saying?
Basically, I was talking about like if you know like if I knew that my brother was doing like if my brother was selling meth and he was tied into a gang and I'm at his house, I know that's my brother and I'm sitting there at his house putting myself into that situation, and then somebody comes by trying to rob him, ends up fucking hitting me, and then people are all crying da 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 da. He shouldn't have happened to him. Well, I knew where I was going. I knew where I was at. I understand your compassion for me, but I shouldn't have been where the fuck I was, knowing that some shit could pop off there.
Let me put you in the fire then, and let me ask you a question.
All right.
If you want to answer it, if you don't want to,
fuck it.
do you think that the clothes that a woman wears has any kind of influence on her being objectified?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
I'm not gonna say raped because actually it's not true. Because when they get raped, it's usually by somebody in their family. But I'm saying objectified.
Yeah, if you're out here in a low cut shirt posting on Facebook with some shorts that come up to here and your ass is damn near hanging out of it, you're about to get whatever you ask for. Like if you're gonna dress like this, you're gonna get the kind of attention that dressing like this that comes with it.
I agree with that.
Now, usually the counter argument to that women throw at me is, we're gonna get objectified if we were wearing sweatpants and a hoodie.
Negative.
No, positive. However, it's gonna be vastly different for them wearing. I said positive. It's gonna be vastly different if like I said, I tell these women all the time. If you go to the club and you got on sweatpants and a hoodie, motherfuckers still gonna holler at you.
Of course.
However, if you go there, you have on, like you said, a low cut shirt, ass hanging out, the amount of dudes that are gonna holler at you is going to significantly increase.
And the conversation they gonna have with you gonna be a little different.
Oh, 100%. See, my point in saying that is that I have to tell people all the time, you cannot live your life based off of what people should do. You have to live your life on what people will do. And I know, like I tell people, every time I use this analogy all the time, if I walk down a dark alley in the middle of the night where I know people have a high chance of robbing me, and I take $100,000 and I wave it around and I'm by myself and I get robbed, do I deserve to be robbed? Absolutely not. But at the end of the day,
He was asking for
why did I go down the alley? So I say you have to do things to mitigate the risk. So first off, you're already going to a club. It's known for one night stands and fucking and all kinds of stuff. You're doing, men are gonna approach you anyway, and you're wearing outfits that make men approaching you a lot more possible, and that gives men the idea that you're more approachable because of what you're wearing. Then you're teasing them to buy you drinks, and you're shaking your ass all over the floor and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that you deserve any kind of harassment or anything that happens to you, but at the end of the day, mitigate the risk. If you're going to do all that, bring a group of friends, bring a gun, bring some pepper spray or something that can mitigate. If you're going to put yourself in a dangerous position, at least do things to lower the chance of happening.
be proactive.
Yes. So I'm glad that you brought that point up because I have to argue that point all the time. It shouldn't matter. I'm like, it shouldn't, but guess what? It does.
That's the same thing. Like if they see me, if there's somebody standing beside me in the club and they have a double G on their shirt, you see the little honeybee on it, they got some shiny shoes on, you're going to walk by me as a woman and go talk to him because you're like, oh, I can flirt with him, I can get drinks from him, regardless of if that's what you really want to do, if you want sex from him or not, you're still going to pass me up because I don't look like I can provide what you're looking for that night. And so you can't blame a man for looking at you the same way because if you're in that club setting, you're there to have fun. Like somebody's going to approach somebody. Like regardless, you're going to get drunk, you're going to get loose, you're going to have fun, you're going to talk.
That's true.
Sure.
That is very true.
All right.
I thought we was going to dive down a deep rabbit hole when he brought up the rape thing. I was like, where we going?
I'm going to spare you today.
I'm ducking this one.
I'll spare you today.
Ducking.
I don't want to bring that conversation up to people who are not ready because there's a lot of repercussions that a lot of people aren't willing to take. Me, on the other hand, I'll gladly walk into that.
I keep it like I tell the truth, and my truth is my truth, and I can live with my truth. Whenever I go to bed at night, I know I can go to sleep knowing I said my truth, regardless of how you feel about it or not.
Listen, my thing is I say things for the form of debate. I've gotten into so many arguments about rape. Like they'll say, well, you don't have to worry about going out and getting killed or followed and raped. And I'm like, well, actually, men are 5 times more likely to be victims of violent crime. And rape only makes up 3% or only 3% of like the crimes. Like, well, a lot of them go unreported. So double it, it's still 6%. I'm not trying to minimize it, but I'm saying like, I'm not trying to minimize it, but I'm saying like, bro, like you have to like be realistic. I'm in more danger than you.
So my thing on the rape thing, since we just brought it up, because we're already on it now, so we might as well run with it. I'm not saying that people don't get raped in a violent way, and that's a terrible thing that happens to people, because it is. I don't like to know that there's people out here that prey on women to go get them, pull them, drug them, physically abuse them, to rape them. But on the other hand, I don't like a bitch who gets caught, parents, boyfriend, whatever, and say, oh, he raped me. Because you don't know how to live with the decision you just made, and you just got caught, and your first instinct's like, oh, he raped me. Now
they'll get believed too.
Yeah, exactly. Now you fuck up somebody else's life.
That's the biggest part. Is no repercussions for lying.
And you want to know what's even more crazy? I would even go on a whim and say that women actually don't get raped more than men if you count prison. If you really think about it, there's a whole culture of rape in prison. It's a joke. I mean, you laughing.
Booty miles.
You know what I'm saying? We laughing about men getting raped in prison. And people always say, well, it doesn't count because those people deserve it. And I'm like, if rape is bad, then it shouldn't matter.
Should nobody deserve it.
Yeah.
My dad was talking about the other day with, we're not going to bring up name or nothing, but
please.
Dude from
that's the
a county over with. Y'all know what I'm talking about, at the school, basketball coach.
Oh.
Yeah. We're going to bring that up, but like my dad was talking about it because my dad's been locked up in federal prison. He said, when they send him to jail, he's going to be chomo, which is child molester. When he goes in there, that's what they label you as soon as you go in. So you know what you're about to get when you come through the door, unless you have a preference where you say like you're gay or something, then they'll separate you from somebody. But if you come in there chomo, like raping girls, they going to throw you in general, especially if it's not on a federal charge. It's on a state charge. You're going to a state prison and you're about to get raped every day for the rest of your life. But dude up the street, though, he got caught for kidnapping, and that's a federal charge. So when he goes to jail as chomo, he's liable to get like confinement, because on federal prison it's a lot different than state prison. State prison, they'll throw you in there. If you die, you die. It's like going to parchment. They really don't care.
Yeah, and see, and that's the thing. Like when men get raped in prison, it's funny. It's
for
funny
people to talk about.
No, I'm just saying, like,
I don't know why I keep laughing.
but I'm saying, like, it's funny to people, and that just lets you, and that just goes to show, like, the problem is what I'm saying. Like, it goes back to a larger point that I drew yesterday when I was talking about women venting, and I like men don't need to vent because nobody cares. I'm literally telling you that men get raped in prison, and people say, no, well, they deserve it.
They're laughing about it.
Yeah, laughing about it. If I said women were getting raped in prison, well, that's not right.
Of course,
of course. But anyway, let me move on before we end up talking about that for 45 years. The next questions are the staple questions. Moving on. So these are questions that I just asked at the end. These are the ones that usually are put in the videos on Facebook. So, what is your favorite place to get sweet tea?
Man, it got to be a restaurant.
Anywhere or anything, like gas station or whatever.
My grandma.
Okay.
Like no doubt, in my mind. If we got to go to a restaurant, man, these motherfuckers are hit or miss with this shit. Slugburger Cafe ain't bad, but if it's just like if I gotta get sweet tea and I know I want sweet tea, I'm going to my grandma's house. Like that's shit, I don't give a damn. Can't nobody do it better than her, but that's just personal preference.
I feel that.
I'm gonna say nowhere because I don't like sweet tea. Man.
Talk. I'm the same way.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't drink it all the time. That's why it's like my grandma's house. Like if I go there and she's got tea, I'm drinking it because, like I just said, all these other motherfuckers leave that shit sitting in the thing and you'll drink it and it's sour and you're like, that's what throws you off on it. Yeah, like
it's
McDonald's,
gross anyway.
McDonald's, you will never catch me get sweet tea from any kind of fast food.
You know what's
restaurant.
funny though? It's like
fucked me up with that before.
It's funny because everybody, you can drink that on camera, bro. You don't have to hide drinking that, by the way. But Everybody usually says McDonald's. Like I'm on here, except my mom. My mom said McAllister's, but
McDonald's trash.
I'm gonna agree with him. I don't like sweet tea either. So the next question is, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
So I hate turkey.
Hold on.
I knew he
So
he
I like
loved
turkey.
it.
Hold on.
I
Yeah, I
hate
gotta
turkey.
be respectful.
So I hate turkey. So let's just start there. But,
It's mid as fuck to me.
My favorite thing. So I'm gonna limit it to just a Thanksgiving food because the other food that I like most at Thanksgiving, you can eat it at Christmas time too. So I'm gonna say basic as shit, chicken and dressing. My grandma's chicken and dressing, just basic as fuck. But fuck turkey.
Speaking my language.
Until you said that.
I said that.
Immediately.
Fuck some turkey.
Immediately regretted saying that.
All right, so chicken and dressing is definitely top tier. I ain't gonna lie, like if the macaroni got like a little crust on it,
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah.
yeah, that macaroni top tier.
So I've been on record and I've said that.
But chicken and dressing, man,
I've been on record and said Thanksgiving is the absolute worst holiday because most of the food is garbage. I would
I
go.
don't know about that.
Oh, wait, 100%.
bro. So
100% is
Real sweet potato casserole.
trash. Anyway,
fire.
Bruh.
I would say
Right.
that. Okay, question: is chicken and dumplings a Thanksgiving food?
No. that's
Okay,
like-
well then deviled
that's
eggs
like
are my
a
favorite.
Thursday night meal.
Yeah.
And deviled eggs are my favorite then.
Okay.
All right. What is your favorite food to eat at a barbecue or a cookout? I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the answer for me usually is ribs. However, the bake of the beans with the meat in them, fire. The most consistent. I don't know though. Like I don't really like fuck with like. All right, this is gonna be crazy. I said this before. I love hamburgers more than hot dogs, but at a barbecue or cookout, the hot dogs are way better. The glizzy's way better at a cookout than the hamburgers are. But yeah, I'ma still rock with the bacon and beans, man. I can't go against them. Yeah.
What you think? What you?
Bro, you go first.
I ain't
still
gonna
debating in
lie.
my head because it's rough.
There's a lot of good food at a
All right,
cookout.
so if you go to anybody's cookout, I'm probably getting the glizzy. I ain't gonna lie. Like the hamburgers be pretty consistent too. Chicken be kind of so. I ain't gonna lie. Be a little fatty,
The ribs ain't busting.
too messy.
Oh man.
Like unless they ain't got no sauce on them. With the sauce, man, like my fingers get sticky.
No, I need the sauce, and then I
Your
pour some more on it.
cuticles
Then
and
you gotta go
shit,
find
like,
somewhere to wash your hands
man.
off.
That's cool.
Then your hands be dry as hell.
You ever been to a barbecue with brisket?
Nah,
Brisket is
you eating
I like
exotic.
brisket, but I've never been to a barbecue.
Exotic.
They had it.
Fire.
Hold
One
on,
time.
wait. Does seafood count?
Shrimp maybe, but I don't know about any other.
Oh.
Crab legs too. Crab legs I would consider barbecue or cookout. Cookout, not barbecue, but cookout.
Okay. Crab legs be busting. They just a lot of work.
I don't feel like
See, I feel like shrimp's just as much work to me.
no.
It's like so much less return. Like, I mean, I can get a
I
shrimp open quick.
100% say return for all seafood for the most part. There's not a lot of like you had to do a lot of work for crab legs for just a little bit of crab meat.
See, me and my dad have this same conversation. Like, he will not eat crab meat because it takes so long for him to get with it, but he'll fuck with
Yeah,
the
it's
shrimp.
just
I'm
fucking,
like,
it's
"Bruh,
just annoying.
I'm sitting here fucking with this little bitty ass peel on this shrimp, and I can crack that crab open and like I'm in there. Like, quick.
Y'all ain't answered.
I'm
Y'all
gonna say the glizzy, man.
Okay.
Pause, but pause.
I got you.
Give me the
I'm going
glizzy.
basic with a hamburger. I mean, I know people that can fuck up barbecue and fuck it up bad. I know ribs that can be too smoky because I can't stand it when it's like too smoky. There's a level to it.
I agree.
So I'm going safe with
But
this.
You didn't say nothing about the bacon or beans, so
I mean, that's a side. I'm thinking like main
listen.
dish.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
If
like
I'm going main,
dish.
I'm gonna say rib.
I'm thinking main
I'm
dish.
just saying. I'm not saying that.
I fuck with baked
I'm saying
beans.
baked beans are the best thing at the barbecue for me. I'm not saying that I'm gonna have. I'm definitely gonna have the hot dog on there because I think the burnt part on it makes it take off for sure. But
Like not
far as the
crazy burnt though. Like if it got
No,
an extra
Just
layer,
a couple
like,
little spots on it that like.
I like.
all right,
it
so
burnt
would you?
now.
All right, so a regular glizzy or a bratwurst?
I'm going brat.
I can't
One of
do
them cheddar wursts.
oh hell no!
Yeah,
That's a
bro.
big glizzy.
You going like red hot dogs? Is that what you're talking about? Just
Not like you know,
Nah,
just
you
like
talking
a
about, the
you know,
sausage,
just
like
no. I'm talking about you.
yeah.
You talking about like a regular red hot dog? Like that's what you're going with?
I can just
It's
do the
burnt.
regular.
Because I don't like. I don't eat
I
red
could do
hot
a
dogs. I
ballpark-
like beef hot dogs.
I can do the ballpark Frank or the
Ballpark beef hot dogs is what I eat if I do eat one.
Yeah. I don't know about the red ones.
I thought that's what you was talking about because you was over here fiending over it, and I'm like, I know he's not talking about them red nasty motherfuckers. I can't eat them.
But if you put it in like the bun and wrap it in aluminum foil,
fire.
bro, what?
With aluminum, with the bread gets a little bit soft
Yes,
inside of
sir.
it.
Come on.
All right, this is a question that I already know his answer, but I need to know yours. How do you eat your steak?
I want to hear this.
All right,
This is
so
an
I'm
ongoing
gonna go ahead
debate.
and tell you because I think I've seen this on your Facebook. If you eat a steak well done, I probably don't talk to you.
Real shit.
Or you gonna murder somebody if you
Well
do
done
eat it
is
well
too
done.
much.
I don't like that, but I go medium to medium rare depending on where I get it from and who cooks it.
Okay.
Like if I go to Texas Roadhouse, I know how they cook my shit. They cooked it the same every time, and it's medium there.
Okay.
Some places you got to go medium rare because they'll sit there and like don't understand that once you take food off the grill, it still continues cooking because it's still hot.
Yeah.
So it depends on where you go. But I know when I go to Texas Roadhouse, I get a prime rib and I get it medium, and it's going to come out the same fucking way every time.
Medium isn't crazy. Medium rare.
Tripping. You tripping. That's the best way to eat it,
A
bro.
little too bloody, man.
It's not blood, bro.
Bro,
It's-
y'all can say
Look,
It's myoglobin.
you
That's
say
what
that
the
you
fancy
say that
word
until
for
you sit
blood.
beside somebody that eats one seared. You say medium rare is bad until you sit beside somebody that they just go tss, tss, and bring that bitch to you.
My friend eats his.
they
like-
go.
Did you see?
Hey, that's all they
Did
do.
you
is
see
burn
the interview with
bacteria off of
Christian?
it.
Christian said he'd
He
eat
said
his blue
rare.
rare. He said blue rare.
Yeah,
He said, I'll just take it in there and I'll put it in there for about 2 minutes. I said, 2 minutes?
for real. Like that's all they got to do.
That's
Like
tough.
to eat a steak, all they do when
I
they
ain't
do that
gonna
is just
hold
burn
you,
the
though.
bacteria off both sides and they bring it to you.
I ain't even gonna hold you though.
That's
Rare is not terrible, but it's medium rare is definitely the best.
yeah. That little area right there is where I stay in. But if you eat your steak well done,
Chewing a belt.
anybody on this, you got a problem with me because that shit's fucking terrible.
And,
Well done. Is
chewing a steak, chewing a belt.
It's too tough. Yeah.
All
You
right,
gotta have some good teeth.
on God, bro. It's
There
like
you go,
chewing
bro.
barbed
See,
wire.
that's how my grandmother eats, and I won't talk bad about her, but I'm like, she eats her steak well done, and me and her just don't get along with that shit. I
crazy.
can't-
Grinding
like,
that
no,
night,
bro,
That's
I can't
crazy.
do that shit.
All right, so what's one of your biggest what's one of your biggest fears? I saw what you did. That's why I laughed.
That's it. Pause. But biggest fears?
One of them. Not just one of them.
Spiders. Fucking can't stand spiders, dude. I have problems with that shit.
Yeah, I don't like things that legs do this shit right here.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
snakes I can deal with, like, because people
Fuck no.
usually have the little argument snakes or spiders. I can if I see a
Yeah.
snake over there, I'm cool. But if I see a big ass fucking spider crawling across the floor,
You cool with a
I'm
snake?
dead if I see a big ass spider crawl. Like
yeah, like I'm out.
doing this,
I'm out. Fuck that. I had a
They go really fast.
I had
I'ma
a dude.
just fall on the ground.
I had a dude one time. His brother had a pet tarantula, and he said, "I'm gonna bring it out here." I said, "I promise you, you will die where you stand if you bring that big ass spider out here."
And they hairy too. That's
Yeah.
the terrifying thing about
Bruh.
them.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, snake.
No, I'm scared of them.
Boy, like if it was a big ass spider in the corner or a big ass snake in the corner, I'd feel safer with the snake in the corner
Facts.
That's crazy.
Facts.
because I could see it.
Facts. You know where
I
he's
ain't
going.
gonna lose
A
him.
big ass spider, you could easily. You could kill it a lot easier.
These spiders can. Some of these spiders can fucking jump.
All right, right.
I
When
know
you
it.
Get up to it, fucking jump off.
Gone.
See, I can.
Like
no,
no.
no,
I'm
no.
cool. Look,
You doing this?
No.
That thing crawling
Crawl
up your
up
back.
I don't like spiders. However, snakes, No.
You can always keep your eye on it, and it's a bigger target to hit.
But they first off, I think they're just as fast. Second off, I think spiders are like if a spider got on the floor and it started running across here, I could kill it.
I'm not gonna walk out the door because if it comes to me,
I'll kill it. I see. That's the thing. I'll kill it. Now, if I miss, it's over with.
That's what happens.
You gotta confirm the kill.
You hit that motherfucker and he just goes up under the couch. Now you've lost him.
Oh,
But see, like,
They're worried about where he's at.
I'm way more willing to kill a spider than a snake, because like I know that first off, I'm 800 times bigger than the spider, and second off, a lot of the times, like with the spider, I don't even have to kill it with my hands. I can get like a broom or something. Now, the only thing, and I've seen this on the internet one time, and it fucking killed me.
G-lock.
The dude killed the spider, and then like it was a pregnant one, and then all these like hundreds of babies. That shit was crazy. But you don't even have to kill it with your hand. You can spray. You can use spray for the spider. Ain't no spray for no snake.
So I know. Messing around where I've lived at, I know like now poisonous snake I got a problem with, but I know the difference in poisonous snakes and non-poisonous snakes, especially ones in our little area right here. So I can deal with them. Like I killed a snake the other day that was out like behind the house, but it was a chicken snake. He wasn't but this long, and all you do is like grab his tail, take him, hit him against a tree, throw him. Cool. Spiders, no. My problem with spiders come from when I was a kid. We was getting ready to go somewhere, and I'm sitting on the couch, and my mom did my hair and everything before we went out somewhere, so she had to brush my hair. She calls me to brush my hair, and I get up, and I look on my shoulder, and this motherfucker had come down from this shit and sat on my shoulder.
Can we change this up? I ain't gonna sleep tonight.
And I don't know if y'all know it, but like we had these same kind of walls and wolf spiders. You ever seen wolf spiders? That's what it was, and this motherfucker was on my shoulder when I was like 8. I haven't been the same since.
You're not the first person to say that. I mean, a lot of people say spiders or heights.
Fuck spiders. Heights I'm cool with. As long as
me,
there's something solid under me, I'm cool.
For me, no, I need like, I'll be strapped in. For me, flying insects, like wasp, even a butterfly. Like until I can identify it's a butterfly, I'm scared of it. Wasps, bees, yellow jackets.
So I'm gonna tell you this: if they making this noise when they hitting stuff, I'm probably scared of.
Oh God! A wasp flew in my car and I ran into my
big
mom's
green moss. I don't know what them things are, but they look like ant eaters.
They look like Cell from
like
Dragon
big.
Ball.
Yeah. Bro, I was in somebody's drive-through line, and there was one on my mirror of my car.
Didn't roll the window down.
Didn't get the food.
Hold on, I cracked the window to place the order. So like, and he's like on the other side, but I still like see him. So like, as I'm like finishing the order, he starts walking like towards the front of the mirror, like looking in the car. So as I'm rolling the window up, the motherfucker jumped in the car, bro.
Oh man, see,
Bro, I almost wrecked in the drive-through, bro.
the flying ones are like I
I
can't
hop out on them.
I'm scared, way more scared of those than any spider. If I see a spider in my car, bro, I'll literally just plop it. No. But if I see a wasp in my car, I'm pulling over, getting out, and then rolling all my windows down, letting them come out the car. I can't with the flying bug.
I'll kill a spider, but it's definitely not on my hand, and I'm definitely not gonna be close to it.
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna make sure if it's a small one, of course. Now if it's a bigger one, like
I'm gonna pull over my car and like get my shoe off and hit that motherfucker before I ever try to touch that bitch with my hand.
You know what? Nah, I'll punch the shit. I will. Hey, it is what it is. What was yours? One of your biggest fears? Or are you just gonna echo one of ours?
Yeah, I'm gonna echo because I ain't
that flying bug. Fuck me.
Them flying ones crazy. And them spiders. I got PTSD on spiders. I ain't gonna lie to you. They almost took me out.
What's your favorite fast food restaurant? Just Briley, I just want to warn you. Don't say the bullshit one.
Hold on.
Like I know which one you're talking about.
If you've been following, you know.
Hold on. There is no bullshit.
There is a bullshit one. There's a couple of them, but
I'm guessing. I'm just gonna take a guess. I'm not gonna say it. This bullshit one just magically appeared like within the last year here.
Oh yeah, that one is a bullshit one.
Nah, you tweaking? Don't
Hey, oh my dog,
you tweaking?
My dog,
you tweaking?
Hey, that was top 10 overrated.
You tweaking?
So I'm gonna go with
Undercooked. Undercooked.
The disrespect, that's blasphemous, is what it is.
So I'm gonna go like if I'm gonna eat fast food and get it quick, and I come to this little area right here, or I go across town. Yeah. I'm going to Taco Bell.
Oh heck, no, I can't do it.
Even though it's gonna fuck me up bad,
I can't
like
do
for the
it.
next day, I'm gonna be
about
awful. But if I gotta go
PTSD.
fast food and grab it, it's probably there.
You talking about PTSD? Taco Bell had me on the toilet, contemplating life, bro.
Man,
Yeah, but before you did that, when you ate that motherfucker, you was like,
busting that
damn, that
motherfucker
shit was
down.
good.
It was. But oh my god, at what cost? Like,
Man, yeah.
at
I
what
think
cost?
I don't go there 'cause the drink selection. I think that deters me from going.
The taco,
Yeah,
their drinks are trash.
Hot blast is the only
Yeah,
thing.
but
I
That's it.
That's the only thing.
Anywhere you go that
Wow,
has
man.
anywhere you go that has fucking what is it? It's not even Sierra
Starry.
Mist. The Starry now, yeah. Or like they have like
Dr. Pibb, Mr. Pibb, whatever it is.
yeah, they got
Yeah.
Mr. Pibb. Yeah, well, except Checkers. Checkers got Mr. Pibb, but they also got Strawberry Fanta. They coming through.
Yeah, but that one that came in last year, it's trash.
I hope you talking about Checkers because you're not talking about that one on the hill over there. Y'all are just name yours.
My favorite fast food. I ain't gonna lie, man. I like Zaxby's.
Oh my gosh, trash.
Ah.
I like Zaxby's, bro.
Trash.
I like
Nibblers are the shit.
Trash. I'm a okay.
exact snack.
Yeah.
That's stupid, name. I drove there one time and saw salad on the list. I died laughing and drove the fuck off.
Now,
Fuck is a
Chick-fil-A
salad?
has better salads. I ain't gonna lie, Chick-fil-A has better salads.
Look, bro.
But Chick-fil-A, like, they ain't even got pink lemonade, bro.
They got chicken minis, bust
Hold
on
on,
chicken
let's talk
biscuit.
about, let's pause on the
Bust.
chicken minis real quick.
Bust.
First, the chicken be undercooked. Then the bread be soggy.
No, the bread got honey on it. The bread is the best part of the chicken minis. There.
I
I ain't gonna lie.
honey
If
on
I
the
go there, the
outside
only
was dry.
thing that I'm gonna get is chicken nuggets, and like I'm
What kind of sauce?
gone Polynesian.
Real shit. Real
That's
nigga
if I go
activity.
there, but I still think it's overrated. I think it's just way too overhyped.
It's not, bro. It's perfectly hyped because if you got it in your top 5, then
But see, KFC's cooking nuggets like they do now. They're using like the
KFC
whole
is
meat
good.
chicken.
Like, don't get it twisted. I'm gonna say this. I think Chick-fil-A is my favorite, but I have a very, very high appreciation for Wendy's.
Bro, I don't like that overpriced shit. Fuck Wendy's. They're always
What?
they're always out of something over here, dude.
Wait, hold on. You said overpriced at Wendy's?
Bro,
That Biggie bag? 4 for 4?
Oh, yeah.
A whole meal.
I'm not even
Hold
talking
on.
about the four. I'm talking about just
But
the menu items.
Get that baconator to see how much.
Exactly.
Look, everything
Yeah,
but
it
that
won't
is
hurt. It won't
everything
hurt.
but that is. I got a salad over there, $10. I said for the salad, it didn't have shit in it either,
Yeah.
and they actually just had it all separated instead of
That
tossing it.
baconator be crazy.
I don't even really want to eat no sandwich with bacon on it for real like that. I don't know. I just
Man, burger
Only
bacon.
place I will is mug shots.
oh
Smash mug.
God, that was my next question. Actually, your favorite restaurant to dine in at, and for me is 2 places: Mugshots, and I ain't even gonna hold you. I love IHOP with all of my heart.
I
Oh.
every IHOP I've been to been
I ain't
kind of
heard
ran
about it.
down. I ain't-
That's what I like. I mean, look, I go early in the morning. I walked in there one time, like it was like 7:30 in the morning, dude. I walked in. What's up, Nick? I was like, what? I know my food finna be fire.
Nah, that food come out.
Man, they
The
be
syrup
busting.
stuck to the
I get
They would
Oh,
be
this
nasty.
hell.
I get rid. No, they like I
elbows
said,
get stuck to the table. Like,
They just I don't go there for the environment. It's kind of like a Huddle House, Waffle House situation.
Waffle House.
When I walk in the Waffle House, I don't expect it to be clean. I want it because I know my food gonna be busting. I walked one time. There was like 6 flies sitting on the table, bro. That man brought out my All-Star fire, bro. Fire. Then he asked me if I wanted. He's like, bro, we about to throw these eggs out. You want me to make them? Man, hell yeah. I give them to you for free. I said, "Can I get some cheese for free?" Threw it to me, bro. See this? I respect Waffle House because Waffle House knows what they are. They know that they're janky, raunchy, cheap motherfuckers.
2 a.m. eating.
2 a.m. in the morning, fights and stuff. They know they roll. McDonald's used to know they roll, but they lost it because now they overcharge them,
Dollar
motherfuckers.
menu no more.
Right. Anyway, though, my favorite place to dine in for me definitely Mugshots or IHOP, but more so Mugshots. Steak sauce burger be hidden.
Yeah. Okay. I like Mexican. I ain't gonna say mi toro.
Oh, I was about to say, please don't go.
Nah, not mi toro, but like I don't know. None of these Mexican places run.
You ain't tried Cinco Hermanos yet?
Trash.
Is it in
The
Carn?
taco shop where
It's over there by Little
Caesars used to be?
Caesars. It's right behind Little Caesars.
Oh no.
It's
I
trash.
ain't really talking.
I like
about
it
none
better
of the
than mi
places
toro.
here.
It's trash.
But
It's trash. I don't like
eat
it.
Mexican.
I
I
try.
eat mug shots. I like mug shots.
Fire, man.
I'm gonna tell you a trash one.
Don't do it.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh
Yep.
my
Yeah.
gosh!
Yeah,
I'm
ain't
like,
about Buffalo Wild Wings.
disrespectful.
Trash, man. Every
No,
time
it's
you
not,
go in
bruh.
there, it be cold as hell. The food be cold too.
no,
I be like, man,
y'all tweaking,
wasting
man.
my time. It's 100 TVs. They always sit you at the table, pointing at the TV.
This
you
man
don't
did
wanna
not
look
just
at.
say
Like,
B-Dubs
yeah.
was trash, bro. No.
B-Dubs
I ain't
ain't
never
it. I'm
had
down
it.
with that. Yeah, I
What
don't
you
like
should have
B-Dubs.
said was Chili's. They trash.
I can go in Chili's and eat some good food.
No, you don't go to Chili's.
Honey Pole.
No, you don't go to Chili's.
I can go in there.
Yeah, go to Applebee's and slide in a booth
Oh,
at Applebee's.
Nah, man, Applebee's ain't got nothing on the menu. They ain't got
Cap!
honey chipotle chicken tender.
That shit be dry. I will say this: Chili's has some of the best loaded
And
mashed
the
potatoes
cookie
I've ever
skillet.
had.
I don't know.
The
if you
cookie
ever
skillet. Oh, bro.
had- Come on, with
Yeah,
the ice cream
yeah.
scoop on the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah, the cookie skillet.
Chili's ain't hitting like that. Now, at least the one in Tupelo, because that's the only one I've been to recently.
Bro,
but-
they bring it out on the skillet, bro.
Yeah, I'm good. He said, "This shit dry." What about you?
Okay, so there's a restaurant near in. Come back on. I'll remember it because I'll look it up. I know I won't be able to find it in time now because I'll be sitting here searching forever. But I went to this place in right outside of Gatlinburg, like a place called Tullahoma, Tennessee. I went to see this waterfall. We went to this little place. It's like a little restaurant off the side of the road. To that point in my life, I'd never tried chicken and waffles. I always thought.
Oh, bruh.
Hold on. I'd always thought
Yes,
that combination
sir.
was absolutely fucking terrible. Like
Oh,
sweet and
no.
savory, I was like, man, like.
No.
But I sat down at this place, and they brought a fried chicken breast out on top of my waffle. That was that big. My waffle was this big, a little bit of crispy, but it was fluffy in the middle. And then they brought their own syrup out that they make themselves.
Yeah.
Haven't been the same since. But since I don't know the name of that place is number one. I've only been twice, and I know that place is
You
it.
don't have to send me that place.
Yeah.
Chicken and waffles is
Might have to go
crazy.
there.
I ain't
And
had none of that in a
You
minute.
drive by the
Wow.
place, you wouldn't even know that they have any kind of decent food. But I walked in there and I'm like, fuck it, chicken and waffles. I never tried
I'ma
it.
tell
Might
you.
as well.
Chicken and
Them
waffles.
little trailer places, man.
Oh God!
Had the
I
best
tell you, I used to
food.
like Lloyd's that used to be here not too long ago. And I don't know. I guess it
I
burnt
don't know
down.
if I remember that.
Yeah,
It was over there by that
Road
karate.
Cafe down the road from Corinth High School.
You know where?
Oh,
There was a trailer where
Log
mom
cabin looking place.
Mom
Right
used to
across
work.
from the-
No, that wasn't it. It was a little bit further down the road. Like there's an H&R Block in the building that would have been beside it, but you could go in there and you could order like eggs. Like you can order one egg for like 59 cents, and then two. I would get like four, and then you can order bacon strips separately and all kinds of shit,
That's
bro.
crazy.
It was buzzing.
You talking about the one that's right across the street from that church, right? Like the skating rink is up that
Kinda,
road?
yeah. It used to
right
be
there in that corner.
Yeah, it burned down though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
fire.
used to go through there and
Oh,
get breakfast in the morning. Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
We would go there all
I
the
go
time,
there.
yeah.
It was fire.
But
That was fire.
I say Texas Roadhouse. Just because I like
Hey,
a good
Texas
steak when I go
Roadhouse
somewhere and they
is
come
fire.
out with them rolls
wait,
and
what?
shit.
That's the best steak. You said that?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Outback got a 5 steak.
See, Outback, I just go for the appetizers. Really.
Rib Shack also deceptively
Boy,
has
don't
a really
get me
nice
on
shit.
them. Boy, it's gonna be trouble. I'm gonna down them on here. It's gonna be awful.
Listen,
I'm telling you, when they moved, they fucked everything up.
I say Cracker Barrel has a good steak too. There's a lot of places that I ain't really went anywhere except for Mi Toro. They got a shitty steak.
I never went to Mi Toro and ordered a steak. That has never been.
Now
on my
listen,
mind.
there's a place in Tupelo called De Casa. Fire steak up there. They make a really good steak, but that's the only Mexican place I've been.
Toro, you order that steak.
That shit is.
They don't ask you how you want it done.
They just bring that bitch.
Bring that bitch out.
Tough.
That shit was not.
Would have a
That shit was not well done. That shit was congratulations. Good job. Like,
That thing.
all right. All right. What is celebrity crush if you have one? Hey, I'm gonna tell you mine off the rip.
Go ahead.
Man, she's new. I just added her to the Ice Spice.
Okay.
Oh,
I got two. I ain't gonna lie. Ice Spice decent, but I don't know. She a little weird to me.
she is, man, but she's
Not weird as in like
She's stacked, though.
person.
She got that dump.
Yeah, stacked.
Look kind of saggy for real.
I think that's Doja Cat. I think Doja Cat looks kind of saggy.
She ain't attracted to me. But my number one is Mulatto.
Yeah, she's sexy.
Man, Mulatto, and two is LMA.
That's interesting. LMA is very pretty.
Man, the accent too.
Yeah.
It's the accent.
What about you, sir?
But Mulatto. Boy, Mulatto.
All right, so I'm gonna go two. I'm gonna go one for looks. Blake Lively. I just like the way she looks. Just y'all know who that is.
I'm gonna have to. Look
You
at
saying
her.
her personality ain't? No, I'm just kidding.
No, we
I'm
ain't
just
talking about that. We talking about what she looks
I'm
like
just
because
kidding.
I'll never date her in my life. We just talking about what she looks
You
like.
said Blake who?
Blake Lively. I just think that she's pretty. Either her or Mila Kunis.
Okay, from that '70s show. She was on there.
Yeah, sure.
She also plays Meg on Family Guy. Really?
And there's another one too.
Real?
Yeah. Mila Kunis does.
Zendaya. I think
Oh,
Zendaya is.
She pretty,
We're
but
going with that. Zendaya.
she
Zendaya
pretty,
is
but
mine.
her features aren't very like they
Yeah.
ain't popping like.
Yeah, no, she's just little. I mean, I care
Yeah.
about features a
But
lot.
then again, like for a long time, Ariana Grande was mine, and she ain't got nothing. So
Zendaya. I'm gonna go.
Zendaya is bad as
I'm
shit.
going with her.
But the only thing about Zendaya I don't like is she looks 15.
Yeah, she does.
She looks
That's
like
that's
you know,
dope though.
hey.
But when I turn 60 and she still looks good,
Oh,
That's
God.
true.
Hey,
That's true.
But if she came my way,
Oh, on God.
I ain't ducking that fade. I ain't ducking that fade.
Blake Lively, she bad. She bad. She bad. Okay, what is your favorite cookie flavor? Like regular?
oatmeal raisin
Oh my God.
For real?
You one of them?
for real.
Like you pick the raisins out?
No.
You be smashing.
Going the whole thing.
Oh man.
Fuck it.
I like the oatmeal flavor,
Mm.
not the raisins.
That's
I'm
crazy.
just going in on it.
But chocolate chip, I mean,
Fire.
light
That's,
chocolate chip. So
that's just too basic for me. Like if I ain't gonna do oatmeal raisin, it's gonna be the white chocolate macadamia. Like I can go with that.
Sound like bone.
now I do the raspberry cheesecake.
Hell no.
That's
Subway?
fire. Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah. When they have that, I'll go that over oatmeal raisin.
I'm
If they
just-
have that.
He said
But
over
we
oatmeal
we was talking about like just in general. Like I can't go to Walmart and be like,
Yeah, let me get
"There's
a
raspberry."
No, I'm not
cheesecake." They
saying
gonna
in
look at me
general. I'm
like
not saying
fuck
in general. I'm saying like your favorite. Like if you had every cookie in the world, every cookie flavor in the world lined up, which one would you pick?
that. It's gonna
if
be a
you would
white
pick-
chocolate red velvet cookie.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh God.
facts. Even though I don't know what red velvet is, but
It's chocolate with red food coloring.
dope.
It doesn't taste like chocolate though.
No, I mean the red food coloring alters the taste a little bit, but it's essentially
That's
just,
what I'm going. Like if they have that one in
essentially
season,
just
that's
chocolate dressed up as the Red Sea.
second. The raspberry
for
cheesecake
Halloween.
is second, but first is gonna be that white, the red velvet with white chocolate chips in it.
That is fire.
Mine is just regular chocolate chip. I can't be doing all that extra shit.
I'm doing, but it's gotta be like. I really don't want it if it got more than like 2 chocolate chips in it.
No, hell no.
No.
I need a good healthy
Loaded
amount.
in that bitch.
I
Gotta be
need
on the
a
bottom
healthy
and the
amount.
top.
No.
Oh, God.
no, I'm telling
Oh
you,
God.
when I get a chocolate chip cookie, like I don't know if y'all ever see them in the store. I'm patting the bag.
Ain't no
See where the where the
way.
chocolate chip is.
Ain't
man.
no way. Nah, I don't need a little bit of chocolate chips to piss me off.
Nah.
Like-
Cause the cookie part of it itself, I think I like more than the chocolate.
No, the cookie part is good, but the chocolate chips just take it to another level. to me.
Man.
And I don't. If there's not enough, to me, it's like getting spaghetti with like a little bit of meat in it.
Or like a little bit of sauce. Like
Yeah, like
big
I
for the
like
noodles.
over noodle. Like I don't want too many noodles. I want a lot of meat. Pause. and
Hey,
and hey yo, hey, no, but with the chocolate chip, I want a lot of the chocolate chips in it, like to mix with the cookie taste, because the cookie taste is fire. But
You doing milk with your cookie or not?
fuck no, I don't even like regular white milk.
I don't drink regular white milk. The only
I just
time I
need it in
drink milk is
cereal.
if
I
I
ain't
got
gonna lie.
cereal or if
Yeah.
I'm dipping a cookie in it.
yeah.
I can't dip it.
It's
in
got to
the
be a
cookie.
weekend for me to.
If I
touch
dip it in the
milk,
cookie,
'cause
it'll soggy.
You will never catch me drinking a glass of white milk.
Nah,
Ever. I'll drink chocolate milk.
I'm never gonna be that happy.
I ain't gonna lie. I drink white milk for the chocolate milk. For real.
Nah.
No, I can't do
Well,
that.
well, I'll tell you this.
Chocolate milk.
The school chocolate milk was fire, but if you get like chocolate milk from a store or something, it's not good.
Yeah, don't.
It ain't good. It really ain't. It's not even close to the same. I don't know why.
I
You
didn't
gotta have a
fuck
latchkey kid on the side for it.
with,
To
I
be
didn't fuck
blessed.
with that school chocolate milk because sometimes you get that bitch with ice in it, and I'm not a
Oh God, it would have
Fuck
ice.
that.
in it. Oh
Fuck
God.
that.
Oh God, bro. I always say it was a bad sign if I opened it up and there was a bubble in it.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. All right. What's your favorite place to get chicken strips?
Tony's in Biggersville, for real. That gas station, they
Gas
haven't fucked up.
They
They ain't fucked me up yet with that Chester sauce that comes with it. Not even going to go in on the sauces, but their chicken strips, they haven't fucked up yet.
So there's I got some chicken strips. For a long time, it was Dodgers for me, but
Dodgers is fire.
I got some chicken strips from I don't even know where it was. I be on the road all the time, so I stop at a bunch of gas stations, and I stopped at this one in where was I at? I want to say it was like Blue Springs, bruh. That shit was so fire, and they gave me the JoJo too. And the honey mustard was hitting right. I don't know, but gas station chicken for like the crispy crunch chicken that they have at the gas stations, it be bust down Tatiana with the honey mustard though. Can't use any other sauce.
Honey mustard.
Yeah, yeah. For chicken strips now.
What you put on them?
Me?
Yeah.
I either eat buffalo. Like, really, the only place I get chicken strips from is from that gas station in Biggersville.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one that I know they're not going to fuck me up. Because this might be a hot take, but the place is known for chicken over here. I don't fuck with their chicken.
To my
at all.
Texaco,
Yeah.
they don't fell off for real
I
to
hate
me.
that shit.
And
See,
it's-
I
I
like
don't want
chicken gizzards too, and they fuck
What?
them motherfuckers up over there. I don't like them over there. They're nasty as fuck.
I don't want to get
I ain't been to that
chicken,
Texaco in
like
forever.
chicken, like wings and drums. I don't want to get that from a gas station. I want chicken strips. And so if I eat a chicken strip, then I want honey mustard. But if I get like chicken wings, different one.
I'm going ranch or that, like a buffalo sauce on a Southwest sauce.
Go to
Kinda.
ranch,
That's
bro.
about it.
All right. Did you say yours?
Mm-mm.
Mine is either a gas station or Zaxby's. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's just move on.
He just don't hit that.
Keep it a buck.
All right. What's your favorite wing flavor?
I got two. I like honey gold, and then if you get honey gold, like I like, so we'll go wet honey gold,
They gotta be wet, bro.
and I go dry lemon pepper. But they're also like if
Dry lemon pepper.
Oh,
That's
you
different.
missing it.
That's
You
different.
missing out.
Wet
But-
lemon
but
pepper,
listen,
way better.
But listen,
Fire.
this is the combination you do. Grandma's hands will do you honey gold with lemon pepper on top of it, and that
That sounds
is something
fire.
else.
That sounds fire.
But I've had wet lemon pepper from JT's and from Grandma's hands.
bro.
But I like dry lemon pepper or the lemon pepper on top of honey gold.
You gotta get the lemon pepper.
Gold is fire.
Wing stop. Bust down.
It be dried on it. Nah,
Nah, you
they
can get the
just
wet
got
and
wet.
yeah. I'm gonna tell you, like, there's a place in Tupelo, and I've been trying to put people on. I've been trying.
crazy, bro.
That was crazy. I've been trying to put people on, but there's this place in Tupelo called Jimmy Seasides, and they have this flavor called Sticky Asian, bruh. It's the best wing flavor I've ever had.
The sticky would be the reason I don't get it.
It's messy,
Too
for
messy.
sure.
Too messy.
It's messy for sure, but well, any wet wing for the most part, I would say. But I like that, and then I really like just getting them naked and dipping them in honey barbecue sauce.
Glad you didn't say honey mustard on the wing.
No. I mean, honey mustard is okay, but I'd rather have barbecue or country bobs.
I'll take plain
Bobs.
for real. I ain't gonna lie.
Plain with and dipping in the sauce is undefeated. That's how I get them, and I do them dry or wet when it comes to that. Pause.
Yeah,
I don't know about that one.
but
I don't know about that one.
that's crazy.
That's under review.
That's
Have
crazy.
y'all ever been to Sunken Ship?
And was it Counts?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I've been to a couple places that have decent wings. Like I've been to JT's a bunch. His wings are good. I've been to Cafe Mice wings are very.
See, my hot take
Under.
on JT's is his shit's just too small. Or they was when I hadn't ate there in over a year, but they used to be like really
It's
little.
been a minute since I ate there too.
But they were really small.
It's over there by Shiloh, like kind of close to the Shiloh Market, but it's like all right, you know what that Exxon is over there?
Yeah.
It's like and there's like a little group of buildings like with a red roof on it.
Yeah,
It's over there. DK owns it actually.
Yeah. He has a sauce called Deb sauce. And that shit is
Okay.
Yeah, DK Gaines.
Oh, okay.
It's I think Gaines. I don't know. Maybe TK. I don't know. It's opposite of what the actual name of the damn restaurant is, but fire. He good, but I think Jimmy Seaside's wings are the best, and Wingstop is definitely number 2 for me because Wingstop, fire. Buffalo Wild Wings got some fire wings too, bruh. Y'all just
trash
sleep.
wings.
Y'all are just sleep.
I bet you got them below Wingstop.
Yeah, they are below Wingstop. Yeah, Wingstop's number 1 for number 2.
I'm saying, how many big businesses of wings are there?
Huh?
How many big businesses of wings are there?
There's Wingstop. There's where's that? There's another wing place. I think in Tupelo. There's another wing. It's like
I'm
Wing
saying,
Kingdom.
what two come to mind as soon as you think
Like
wings?
National.
Oh, national. I'm definitely gonna say Wingstop and probably
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah.
So that mean they ain't last.
Wow. Yeah, just depends. All right. What's your favorite soda?
Sprite.
Mine used to be Sprite and then changed to Dr. Pepper.
Not a bad alternative. Sprite is fire though.
Sprite was mine when I was like being very physically active and shit, and I could drink Sprite and like it wouldn't
clean. Yeah.
it wouldn't weigh me down. Like when I was playing football and stuff, I'd drink Sprite like every morning because it was clear. But now that I've gotten older, I can drink a Dr. Pepper and I'm
And I actually worked the opposite. Like I used to be addicted to Dr. Pepper, and then I stopped drinking sodas for like a year, and then when I got sick, and my throat was hurting, my mom gave me a Sprite, and then I got addicted to Sprite again. And now Dr. Pepper don't even taste the same. It's really Sprite for sure, but the Fanta orange and the Fanta strawberry,
yeah.
ooh,
That's second for me.
or that peach knee high. That peach knee high is
Nah.
The
Oh.
only thing about it is that they just go flat quick and just start tasting like
Peach Crush. Man, that thing is fire. Which I really need to stop drinking sodas, but
it's hard. Man.
that Peach Crush, man, I'll go find it in the store.
so that's your favorite.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite. I ain't gonna lie. Which we got Sprite in there now.
Yeah.
But if I would have saw them Peach Crushes in Walmart,
It'd been one.
they'd have been in the fridge.
I don't drink those a lot only because I feel like the good thing about them is that I don't drink them a lot, and I feel like if I was to, and I'd start to get used to them, they wouldn't be as good anymore. And so I try to like use them as a kind of like funnel cakes, right? Funnel cake is my favorite dessert, and I know that if I 100%. Look, a lot of the desserts that y'all
We'll
probably
talk
say
about
y'all
that
favorite.
later.
A lot of desserts y'all probably say y'all favorite. I probably trash to me.
Funnel cake, I don't even
Yeah.
consider that a
It's
real
like a snack
dessert.
food.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a snack.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I don't even count that as a
Banana pudding's like
Trash.
cheesecake. Like one of those-
Trash.
Come on now.
Both of them is
Come on.
trash. Both of them. Any kind of cheesecake.
cheesecake.
Trash. Trash.
And
Trash.
your white chocolate cheesecake with some caramel drizzled over the top of it. It's like
That sounds gross.
Caramel fire.
Mm.
White chocolate.
All right, what's your favorite fruit?
I don't eat them much, but a kiwi's always been my favorite. I fuck with a kiwi. Don't fuck with
A lot of people.
getting all that shit off of it so I can just eat the bitch, but I fuck with a kiwi.
Oh, yeah, it's gotta
I've
be
heard a
goatee.
lot. I've heard kiwi a lot on this show. Oddly.
Kiwi or raspberry, one of the two.
Okay. Yeah. No. You lost me there. You lost me there.
I'd say like either apples or grapes. Like apples or grapes.
Okay, 2 questions.
Ooh, or cantaloupe or
I can get behind the cantaloupe easier than the apple.
Apple's not nasty. They're just
what?
mid. I'd rather have
Yeah.
apple slices.
Yeah, the slices.
But
but like
but
I
even
ain't talking
still.
about like teacher's apple, like candy red apple. I'm talking about
like
The Granny Smith, the green one.
hell no.
The Fuji.
They good. I like the
It's
gala
like a
apples
mix
too.
of
They
the-
good too.
Of the green and the red.
But I'd rather just and here's the thing. You talking about green or red. What color grape?
I'm gonna say I really have no preference because
Really?
That's
honestly,
a big difference.
I mean, yeah, they
honestly,
both busting,
I
but
don't know if y'all had the black grapes before
they all right.
or the purple. I don't know.
Yeah, the cotton candy grapes before. They
Nah, that's not
busting.
too sweet.
No,
Nah,
they're
that's what
fire.
you need. That's what you need is, because my problem with
Red
grapes
one's fire.
are the ones that aren't sweet. Like in the green, they're too sour to me sometimes. They still good, but
The green ones be fire. Like I feel like
they all fire.
I feel like the red ones have like you can tell when it's a miss.
They
know what I'm
be
saying?
missing.
You can
They be
tell.
missing.
You can
But-
tell when the red was missing, but the green, like they all gone. Like you gonna see when the green was missing.
1 second. Ran out of film here, so we're just gonna keep it moving. What did you say? You said yours was kiwi, and you said yours were grapes or
Apples.
said
I
apples?
just think those are the ones I eat the most, so I guess they are my favorite. So
Well, for me, we've already had the discussion. We're not gonna go down again, but for me, it's definitely the stereotypical answer of watermelon. I also like mandarin oranges. They're very,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, those are fire too.
very, very much up there. And grapes too. Grapes are fire. And they down there a little bit comparatively speaking, but I like bananas too. Pause.
No, ain't about
I think
bananas on the
bananas are
consistency-
straight.
Consistency fucks me up.
The only thing about bananas I don't
If they ain't
like.
banana pudding, I'm cool.
No.
When do you eat them?
I try to eat them when they still got a little bit of green on them because if they got that little,
Nah,
If they-
mine gotta be black on the
No,
outside.
eh.
boy.
Yeah,
no,
they gotta be a
if they're
little
black on
body
the,
outside.
if they're black on the outside but they're not bruised,
Nah, they
I'm
don't
cool.
be bruised.
As long as they're
Right.
like
Yeah,
They
you're
be
right.
the only reason
Soft
that
and sweet.
the only reason that I eat them when they're green is because usually when they get to the point where they're black on the outside, usually when they're bruised, and I have to like pick that part off because I cannot eat it.
That's a misconception. I'll buy them green and let them sit on
Let
the
'em sit
table
and
until
get
they.
right.
Well, see, the problem too is they I think more than any other fruit, they attract the fruit flies.
Oh, not more.
Well, I was like, and just in my personal
That
experience.
watermelon.
Well, I keep them in the fridge.
See, my granddaddy used to grow watermelon, so that's like, and I spent the majority of my time with him because my mom was working, my dad was working, so I like ate myself out of watermelon.
If you
Hey,
say
so-
that you don't like it because you're burnt out, I'm with that.
Yeah.
But you just say you don't like it is crazy.
No, watermelon is good. I just ate so
Yeah.
much of it. Like if I eat it now, I can take 2 bites of it and be like, I'm done with
I
it.
tell you what else that's busted.
That be inconsistent too, though.
I don't know.
That watermelon be
It be missing sometimes too,
Man.
but I'm gonna tell you what don't ever miss for me, and it's not my favorite, but I've never had a bad like pineapple. I ain't never had no bad pineapple.
I have, for damn sure.
I normally eat them. All right, so I eat them.
If you get them sliced,
I
they
get them
can't
out
be
the.
bad.
I get the chunks and I eat them out the can. But recently, I've been like getting these people to cut them open and get me out of the actual pineapple, and that's a whole new experience.
Yep.
But like the rings and shit, nah. But if you get like the chunks, or like, I don't want to eat the tidbits either. But like the chunks
So are you
Shit,
down with
kinda
like, so
with the sickness.
yeah. If you consider, some people kind of do consider it a sickness, but I dated a girl that was Hispanic, and like I got into having like chili powder and shit on like
Nah, fuck
fruit,
all that.
like so. Like I said, I burn out on watermelon. I put that shit on watermelon. I hate salt. I'm one that's like, if you put salt on watermelon,
That's
Yeah,
fire.
I've heard
That's
people put
fire.
salt
my
on
grandmother
food,
does
though.
that shit, and I don't like it. But
It's
like
fire.
when I went over to her mother's house one time, and they had fruit and shit, and she took that chili lime seasoning and sprinkled it over the top of like either a mango or watermelon. Like, bruh,
I'm gonna have to try it.
It's something.
It's
It does
interesting.
something.
I ain't never heard of the chili powder, but I heard of people putting salt on stuff. Like
For sure.
Well, I say chili powder, but
Now, salt
it's
on-
like a chili lime thing. It's not like actual like you don't go to Walmart and get chili
Chili
powder off
powder,
the shit. You gonna fuck
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's the shit called like tahini.
it's more like a lime kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. What is
Hey, salt on cucumbers are fire.
Bro, I can't stand a fucking cucumber.
what?
Fuck cucumber.
I got a
Cucumber, black olives, mushrooms, fuck
Oh,
all that.
yeah.
black olives. I'm with you. Mushrooms.
olives
You can
and
no,
mushrooms
no.
are
Mushrooms
so
Fuck
fire.
the mushrooms. That shit is
Mushrooms are
Man.
fire, especially like fried mushrooms.
fuck no.
Bust down
Fuck
Tatiana.
no.
But cucumbers, fire,
Fire boogers.
fire. I won't even eat a salad if there's no cucumber in it.
Bro, if I like
That's
eat the
gotta
cucumber, it's gonna like make me like
Oh man,
Like,
I don't think I've
I
ever
got a
met
problem
anyone.
with
They
it,
are
yeah.
a little bland sometimes. I ain't
That's why you
gonna
got to
lie.
put the ranch on them.
it's that. And it's not even like a textural thing. It's like the flavor of it just like
It's
fucks
bland,
me
yeah.
bad.
It's
Like,
it's very like
bitter.
yeah, like the actual inside of the cucumber part ain't really like the best. It's really like the whatever you want to call it. I don't know though, cause like
Skin be the worst part to me.
skin fire to me. Pause. All right, where's your favorite place to buy groceries?
In Oxford, it was Kroger.
say, damn, what a drive! What a drive for some groceries.
Nah, when I was in Oxford, it was Kroger. But here, Walmart.
Talk your shit. It's Walmart.
I mean,
for me,
Walmart
too.
has everything you need, so why wouldn't you go there? And shit's gonna be high wherever you go.
Yeah, regular grocery
Yeah.
stores just I don't know. Like they be
They be a little overpriced. Too,
Motherfucker, I went to
man.
Gardner's the other day
Lie.
because people was like, oh, you can go save money over here. I went down there and I was like, I spent just as much money in that bitch as I would have if I went to Walmart or Kroger.
Silly.
Facts.
And it's probably not like the meats and stuff, but it's definitely the accessories in there, man.
Mhm. They
Like
got-
say you need some plastic forks.
oh god,
But they hit you with the strips, man. The
They-
plates.
man.
Like
And they also have like store brand sauces, bro. Like they sell Chick-fil-A Polynesian sauce in there, Wendy's barbecue sauce in
Yeah.
there,
In the big bitch.
Country
too.
Bob's in there. They sell
fucking
fucking
country bobs. Yeah.
bro. They sell. I bought some in there the other day. It was expensive. They sell the best. You be calling it trash because you disrespectful, but that Sweet Baby Ray's
No,
Barbecue.
Yeah, that is.
You gotta
yeah,
That's
try
what-
that.
that's
Nah,
it.
Y'all
Oh,
gotta
okay.
try
That
that
Ray's is the one.
No, it's not, bro.
KC's?
The KC.
That's like
Bruh.
that's like the 47 steak sauce.
Yeah.
Nah,
Nah.
that's disrespectful.
That sweet baby Ray's, they got like they got
Fire.
honey, they got
Oh shit.
they got the honey, they got
Buffalo.
Alton, bro.
They got it all.
It's them.
I mean, yeah, and then they got, bruh, Walmart actually sells like the ketchup mayonnaise mixture in there too.
Ketchup
Zesty,
sriracha
yeah.
together. That shit's
Yeah, man, they
gas.
got everything in there, bruh.
Mayonnaise is hell.
No, come on,
Bro,
bruh.
I can eat mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is
I ain't going to
fire.
shit by spoons, but like
It's one of the worst looking, but bruh, like a McChicken with mayonnaise and lettuce.
Oh,
I grew up
Fire.
I grew up hating mayonnaise. Like when my
Fire.
grandmother used to make me like a bologna sandwich, like it was mustard on it.
man. Yeah.
I fuck with mustard too, though.
But I got older and I was like, fuck it, I'll just try mayonnaise, just see what the fuck it's like.
Bussin'.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
I'll eat mayonnaise and
ketchup.
ketchup
Now,
on a
if I
hamburger.
got a
Like
bologna
cheeseburger with mayonnaise and ketchup on it.
Mayonnaise and ketchup is a great combination, bro.
Only kind of sauce I'm gonna put on a hamburger is probably barbecue sauce.
Mustard.
Nah.
I put regular, just mustard, and that's it. A lot.
Like
of
if I got it from a store, I'm probably gonna get it plain with cheese, cause they be making it a little too sloppy, man. Like you open the bag, and you got ketchup and mustard on your damn finger, open the big
Facts.
plastic.
Hey.
Like,
I feel it. All
but
right.
nah, if I bite into something and I got mayonnaise on
All
my-
over your shit.
Oh boy,
It looks gross. Like it looks gross,
Oh,
but it's not though. It's really not. Okay. What?
I said I'm hot.
Oh.
Talking about like if I got mayonnaise.
Oh, hot. Like, okay, gotcha. All right. What is your favorite? We got one more after this. What is your favorite dessert?
I think I already said it. Banana pudding is where I'm going.
Man, I just
That's the one.
can't do it.
Batter cheesecake. I said that earlier. That's one of them
It's
two.
probably cheesecake or pound cake, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm with you.
Or a homemade caramel cake. Homemade.
Yeah.
Store bought, you can keep it. But a homemade one?
So
What?
Yeah.
if y'all are saying that funnel cake isn't a dessert, then I'm gonna go with cinnamon rolls.
Oh, cinnamon rolls is fire.
Yeah.
But
Same time, it's still like a snack. Like when I think dessert, I'm thinking like it has to be like
if I can make it, I don't count it as a dessert.
if you can pop it out of a can and just lay it there and let it hit the oven. Like if you ain't gotta like mix nothing up.
Yeah, if I can make it, I don't count it because I can't make
Well, I can't make a funnel cake. You know what I'm saying? That's a delicacy to me.
Shit, it's just that.
What do you mean? Like,
It's
it's 100% a delicacy.
pancake dough and fried like in.
I'm saying it's a delicacy in the sense of like you're not gonna eat it every day. You ain't gonna eat it every day.
Yeah,
It's a rare occasion that you.
Right.
If I saw somebody and there's no fair in town, and I saw a motherfucker walking down the street with a funnel cake, I think they're a psychopath. Why the fuck are you eating a funnel cake? Ain't no fair in town, bro.
Dude, that's crazy.
100%. Other than that, I mean, if that doesn't count and cinnamon rolls don't count, then I'd probably say pound cake too, because pound cake is super fire, or like a ice cream cake. Huh? No. Yeah, no. Yeah, or an ice cream cake, like any kind of ice cream cake. But the pound cake is super fire.
Yeah,
Especially like when it comes in where like it's already
with a
kind of.
little icing on it.
Ooh. I'd rather have them like
Hold on, vanilla or lemon?
lemon. It's gotta be
I
lemon.
smash lemon.
It gotta be lemon.
I smash
Vanilla good too, but it's gotta be lemon, bro.
Fruit flavored cakes. They're hit or miss for me.
All of them except lemon for real, because like then vanilla. But like I don't really do the chocolate or like the strawberry or like any.
I do that swirl one though.
Hell,
That swirl one.
it looked great,
Yep.
but it's not.
The marble, I think it's called marble.
Marble is decent. It's decent.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
marble one. That one's fine.
All right. So I'm sorry. One more and then two more really. Okay, because I forgot to ask this one. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Butter pecan.
You ain't seen my post the other day.
Probably hate it.
I said.
Butter pecan is fire.
I like it.
Which one of y'all old
With the
motherfuckers
pecans
eat
in 'em?
butter
Yeah.
pecan?
Yeah, with the pecan.
Hell
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Not the butter pecan.
Man, I smash pecans all day.
I know I hate chocolate ice cream. Chocolate ice cream to me is trash.
Yeah, it's overrated.
Yeah.
It is overrated.
It's trash.
Damn, you're the only one I'll eat.
For me, I ain't gonna lie, that cheesecake, boy.
With the chunks of cheesecake in it. Yeah.
What? And it got the little crust in it too. I don't know if y'all
Dairy
ever
Queen?
been. Yes, yeah,
can't
man,
do
with
Dairy
the
Queen no
cheesecake
more.
pieces in it. But or the cookies and cream. But I don't know. I'm
my
gonna tell
favorite.
y'all at Sonic you could get the cookies and cream, but you could add waffle cone pieces in it.
What the fuck?
Ooh.
Man,
That's
that's
so
sounds
fire,
fire. That
bro.
sounds
Like,
Fire.
who would say that, bro? Like, hey, get a piece of waffle cone to add on for 30 cents.
No, they sprinkle like little pieces of waffle.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. That makes more sense.
It's like waffle cone crumble.
Oh, you said mine already. Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream.
Although
You can't go wrong.
chocolate chip cookie dough is my favorite for a minute too.
It's the chocolate chips, bro. Too many.
The cookie dough clusters, like
Yeah, the cookie dough. Be
the
busted.
cluster is what really like
Busted.
sends it to the moon. But I don't know. Baskin Robbins kind of fell off a little bit with it, and you can actually go to Dairy Queen and get extra cookie dough clusters in there, but it's Dairy Queen just
Is the
fell
Dairy
off.
Queen up here like? Do the blizzards runny?
I've had some
Kinda,
running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't have but like
That's why
3
I stopped
workers in
going.
there. That's why I don't go because they ain't.
Eat
I
up,
guarantee you now if they would do that shit like where they turn it over, it's coming out.
Yeah.
I've tried that shit. I tried that shit and it
Yeah.
fell out. I tried it in the car. Like we left and I was like,
Yeah, it's
and
coming.
dumped that shit in the floorboard because I was like, oh, you can do this shit still. Dumped it floorboard.
You
Mess
real.
I got to clean up.
That you real for that because like they cost way too much money over there.
Yeah, they are high. They are.
So all right, last question of the podcast: what is your biggest deal breaker?
Like with people or like
With relationships?
If you are caught up on your baby daddy / ex and can't let that motherfucker go.
That's tough. Yeah. Hey.
It has something to do with mine.
Hey.
If you
come on now.
can't look at him and say it's about me and it's about you and our kid and me and our kid. It ain't got shit to do with you and me no more. You can fuck off and do whatever you want to as long as it's in the best interest for our child. But other than that, don't contact me if it ain't got to do with our kid. Don't say no slick shit to me. Don't try to give me no hug. I don't give a fuck about you no more. Fuck off. If people could do that, it'd be a much better place. But bitches that can't let that motherfucker go on his sorry ass way, that's my deal breaker.
Yeah.
Ex or baby daddy, whichever one they are.
Hey, come on now. You preaching. You're preaching. My deal breaker, though, is probably peace. Like, if I don't feel peace around you, it's over with. Because I always say, I was happy by myself.
Facts.
Why do I have to suffer with you?
Then that goes along with that shit, too. Like, if you sitting here and cause me stress, think about that. I will, because how I am in a relationship, I'm a quick motherfucker that'll be like, once I'm done, like, I'm done. Like, I won't speak to you no more. I won't even acknowledge your existence.
I'm the same way, but, like, and I think all my exes can attest to this. I don't, like, I have no feelings towards them. Like, I can speak to them, have a general conversation with them, and it'd be all cool, and I go about my way.
I can, too. All the ones that I dated when I was mature, but, like, the ones I had in, like, high school when I was, like...
Yeah.
I was out there. Them motherfuckers don't speak to me no more. Like the first girl that I ever wanted to hit that had a big ass, he hooked me up with her and like, I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna say it. CL initials. We had like health and PE.
I remember, but I don't.
Now you know. She had a big ass, and I was like, damn. And he's like, you need to go holler at her, and I did, and that finally played through. But like people like her, like I can't speak to no more because of how I was back then. Like, motherfucker will not speak to me, but you know who I'm talking about.
I do now, yeah. I forgot about that shit. Damn.
Oh, I did.
Boy, you did nostalgic. I'll be like, yeah, I remember that shit.
All them bitches from like when I turned 14 till I turned like 17.
Hey.
We can't speak. We ain't gonna speak.
Yeah.
Briley had every bitch in the PE class one day.
There was only one that had an ass big enough to get
his
my attention.
All right. So you said, George, for me, I'm not even getting into the baby daddy stuff because if you got kids, you're done ski.
Fuck you and them kids.
Fuck them kids, bro. I'm not dealing with no baby daddies. I don't even care. If they're good, it's a problem because they'll be involved and they'll be vetoing my power in the house. And if they're not there, then I got to deal with the trauma with your kids for them not being there. I also got to deal with your kids because if I want to hang out with you, I'm on your time and your kids' time. You may be free, but you ain't got no babysitter, so now I can't hang out with you. Your kids are bad. You're going to want me to take care of them motherfuckers at some point. I'm good. I'd rather just have my own and do that. I'm not trying to deal with no kids, no baby daddies. And here, the thing is, going off of statistics again, I believe most women in this country have more than one kid. And of those women that have more than one kid, I believe almost half of them have more than one baby daddy. So I'm going to have to deal with two motherfuckers, statistically speaking. So, no, I'm good. I'm good on that. Not dealing with that. Yeah. I'm not doing the baby daddy shit. If they're good, it's a problem. If they're bad, it's a problem. If they're not there, it's also a problem. And then I got to deal with your kids. And then that's assuming that you're great. Because I still got to deal with you.
So personality ain't shit. Fuck them kids.
It's fuck them kids, even if your personality is great. I'm not fucking with nobody with kids no more.
So what if there is no baby daddy in the picture whatsoever? Like this motherfucker has like moved to like Alaska and he is nothing.
How old are the kids?
And he.
That's a problem. That's a
two.
Oh no, not no 2-year-old.
Young where they don't know nothing else. But
they gotta be. If I was gonna date a woman with a kid, they'd have to be old enough to where they could probably stay home by themselves, but not too old because if they were too old, then that also means that they're kind of close. I don't know. I'm not at the point where I'm young anymore, but too old, like where I would have to like have conversations and shit. Like maybe like 10, 11 is a good little age because they can go in their room, get on their tablet, shut the fuck up. 2, needy. 3, 4, 5,
See, I can deal with the young because the young, I'm gonna learn this kid. But if I walk into a relationship and like they're like 10, 11, 12, and they're like, fuck you, you ain't my daddy, like that right there.
See, that's the problem.
I don't know that kid, so we're about to have a problem. It might get physical, it might not be, but you ain't gonna walk in here and tell me fuck.
But see, the thing is, that's the shit that they do. Let me tell you the shit that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-year-olds do. You in here on the game online, motherfucker, come up and unplug your shit.
Oh yeah, I've been in that situation.
I'll slap the fuck out of you.
I've been in that
because
situation.
The thing
I
is,
can deal with that.
At least 11, 12, 13-year-old, there's some sort of explaining that you can do to them. When they're like 2, 3, it's just the world is their oyster, their imagination. I shut the fuck up.
Real young, like they still got a chance to be good. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're still wholesome.
So you're more so saying that when they're young, they're a little bit more moldable.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you step into young, you can raise that kid to understand you and know you. But you walk into a situation where they don't know you, they can look at you and be like,
and that's great.
Fuck you.
But my problem is I'm not raising that kid because it's not mine. That's his job, not mine.
But he done said fuck off, and you done walked into the relationship. This motherfucker
and that's the problem.
Literally said fuck you, fuck that kid, don't talk to me, don't
I ain't got
contact
shit
me,
to do with me. Just
fuck you.
Single moms got some good pussy, but I'm not dating you if you have a child because she's gonna have trauma from that man, for him walking out.
For sure.
She's gonna have. I mean, everybody has trauma for sure. But if I date somebody who doesn't have a kid, that's at least something that I don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about like trying to plan around your kid. I don't have to try to worry about like having to come over there at certain hours because your kid is awake or is not awake or whatever. I don't have to worry about dealing with baby daddies if he's there. See, because here's the thing: if he's there, right? I gave this example last week. If he's there and like he's living in my house and he say he want to play basketball and I say no. But the mom say yes and the biological dad say yes. Even though he's in my house, he's probably still gonna play basketball because it's their kid. I can't do shit about it. And here's another thing too that really gets me. If I get a connection with this child, it's already hard enough for biological fathers to get their kids. If me and her break up, I have no access to that kid at all. So I done raised that kid. Huh?
I've done been through this shit.
I'm telling you, I've raised this kid from 2 to 8. We divorced, and I'm the stepdad, but I can't. I've been that kid's life for a majority of its life, but I can't see it no more because it's biologically not mine. And like I said, even when they're biologically yours, it's hard to see them. So, I mean, like, that's just, that right there is.
Kids is a hard subject regardless of what you, like, regardless of anything you do. Kids is always going to be difficult.
And it's
not, if they're yours or not yours.
Yes, and it's not that hard of a subject if you say fuck them and just date somebody that ain't got no kids. Fuck them. I'm telling you. It's not that hard of a subject if it's just fuck them. I'm telling you, forget it. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole because, like, and even discipline. Like, with a father of a child, if his kid came by and did that situation I said, unplug the kid, you could smack the shit out of him, spank him, go to your room, yell at him or something. You have to tiptoe around that shit a lot of times because some women are okay with it, some women aren't. And, like, that's just not something that I want to have to, like, try to test to find out. Like, I just want to be able to say, why the fuck did you do that?
So I'm with a girl now. Well, we're taking our slow steps into this because she has a kid, but I've been through this situation with 2 other females before where
You don't have any?
No.
Okay.
0 biological children of mine.
Okay.
That I know of.
Gotcha.
Anyways.
I know of.
You got to. So we're tiptoeing our way into this, but she's also known me for 7 years and seen me up close and personal with these kids and how I act. So if I step into this thing, because we've had this big conversation about the baby daddy situation and what he needs to do, what he needs to focus on, who she needs to focus on, what she needs to do. Not like dictating her life because she can live her life regardless of whatever. I'm just telling you, I don't give a fuck about nothing but like what's best, what's in your best interest and what's going to work out well for you because I'm not objectively looking at it. I'm looking at it from what I know is going to work for you. And I know everybody's different and it sounds kind of like selfish to say that I know what's going to work. But like if you're sitting here, like for an example, if you're trying to co-parent and the baby daddy comes up to you and gives you a hug and shit, and says, I miss you and everything, like, you ain't got to be a genius to say, like, that's going to make co-parenting harder if you're trying to live separate from somebody. Yeah. You got to tell that motherfucker, back the fuck up, don't touch me no more. Yeah. Leave me alone because I'm not yours and you're not mine. You're no longer my responsibility. Your responsibility is as kid. So we've been working our way with dealing with that. And I give her props that she has been through a lot of trauma with like losing a kid and everything before, so it's a whole different situation. But I give her props for what she's went through so far. But like going back to what I originally started talking on with like disciplining the kids, if I have to discipline a kid, just know that like it's because that kid did something that deserved a big correction. And the kid is still young, so like I'm talking like going in there and getting in like the other night, went in and got in toothpaste, had like grown up toothpaste in their mouth. Like I walked in, it's dangerous. It can hurt the kid. So I walked in there, and I'm not gonna sit there and like just rear back. So I know how big I am and I know how small she is, but I'm gonna grab your hand and like, and you're gonna feel that, but it ain't gonna hurt you, but you're gonna feel it and like
it's gonna hurt your feelings.
Hear the tone of my voice, hurt your feelings. You know what the little girl did? Walked in there with me. We went right to the couch. She laid down right beside me and went to sleep watching TV.
And that's great, but I don't know if that's every situation. Because on another hand, a kid can come in, he hit me. What the fuck are you hitting my daughter? That is not your daughter. And this conversations that you're saying that you're having, that's great, but it's definitely not always the case.
No.
And my thing is that I don't even have to have this conversation with somebody who don't have kids. So I'm not.
I understand your
like,
standpoint from it's like fuck it all. Like no.
It's just more so like I'm trying to do what's easier for me, because at the end of the day, like I'm gonna be honest with you, and no disrespect to the girl you're talking to, but you're the one that's making all of the sacrifices. She gets all the benefits from it, and you really don't get any. You're taking care of somebody else's kid. You know what I'm saying? You're coming in and probably going to eventually have to provide for that kid and take care of her. So, I mean, she's getting all the benefits out of it, and you're making all of these concessions. And so I feel like, and stepdads specifically are like some of the most like underappreciated people in this country.
Lying, bro.
And they are
shit on.
They are looked at as like a complimentary parent, and I will never ever be looked at like that. And my thing is, the perfect outcome for a stepdad is so situational. I just don't like that at all. Like I like to be in a little bit more control where outside forces don't dictate my relationship, like kids and baby daddies and stuff.
I just think that the hard part about that is the older we get, the less likely it is you find a woman without kids.
No cap.
I don't disagree, but I will say that we as men, as we get older, our options, and we put in the work, our options go up higher, right? Like as far as women though, the older that they get, their options go down. They go down.
But that's why they all try to have kids early, and like he said, they trying to have kids before they reach that certain point.
Yeah, and then the problem is that they have all these kids, and then they get to the point where they're 30, 31, 32, they're single, and their value's not as high anymore because now they have this additional baggage, right? And when they were younger, they have all this trauma too because when they were younger, they fucked with the drug dealers and the fuck boys and the dudes with the trucks with with all the shit on it. They fuck with them dudes, and they fucked them over. And now they're 32 and they still got these dudes in their life because they got kids with them. But then now they also have the trauma from that. And then now they have 2 kids to go along with it. And they want you to come in and rescue them when they could have given you a chance back when you were younger, but didn't want to fuck with you because of X and Y. But also, too, it's just men just like younger women generally, and women like older men. So while it may be harder to find somebody who does not have kids, if you put in the work, I mean, you'll get there. I know it's probably a losing battle for me to date a girl that to try to find women that don't have kids.
I say, bro, it's gonna be hard.
You wait, the harder it's gonna be because
I don't know.
These women having babies,
and I get that, but
my little sister, she 19, had a kid.
I mean, there's a lot of people that we went to high school with. They had kids fresh out of high school.
Everybody, there's a guy that I went to, who's my best friend. He has 4, and he's the same age as me.
Yeah,
Chris got 3 or 2.
Yeah, I understand it.
Bone guy, you know what I'm saying?
But see, the thing is, me personally, if I find a woman who doesn't, great. If I don't, great. I don't care either way. But I'm saying that I'm not going to. I know I can't deal with that, so I'm not gonna do it because I've tried to deal with it before. And the thing about baby daddies is they don't go away. And they have to interact with them. So, like, because of the kid. And, old feelings can pop up. at any time, moment of weakness can happen. The threshold for sex or the threshold for cheating is a lot higher because I'm just good on that. I'm really good on that. I can't and like I said, the children. I don't really want to deal with nobody else's children. I can love them like my own, but at the end of the day, they're not mine.
Yep.
So, like, I don't know. I don't know. And like I said, most people have more than one. I'm not bringing a tribe of kids into my life, man. I'm not.
Oh, bro, I'm not getting with somebody that's got over one. Like
One and mine. If I
One
dated
is-
somebody with one, it would have to be a really, really big exception. Like there would have to be a lot of factors at play for me to date somebody with just one kid.
every girl I've got with that's had a kid has had one. Like the last 2 relationships I've been in that were long term considered.
Yeah.
Both of them had one kid.
I talked.
One of them had one kid and got pregnant. I thought was my kid, and 3 months after it was born, I found out it wasn't my kid, and that was a whole fucking different type of life experience. I hated I went through it, but I'm glad I got to experience it because it taught me a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That's
the
I would say
best
that's
way
one
to
of the that's probably every man's biggest fear, man. Find out that your baby ain't yours.
But at the same time, though, when I was at the hospital, I got to experience what you would say a dad got to experience of the kid coming out in the little incubator and everything and seeing all that. I got to experience that. So
Yeah.
all that experience is still here. So I know what that feels like. Because at that point, point in time, there's nothing that could have told me that that wasn't my child because I had no idea to the contrary.
Yeah.
And then 3 months later, I found out it wasn't mine. Of course, I wasn't going to change because I done stepped up, signed a birth certificate. I've accepted a responsibility. And as a man, if I accept responsibility for anything that I do, and I do for everything that I do, I'm going to stand on what I accept.
Really?
But the further we went down, she started to have that thing clicking in her mind, like, what does he feel like? I know he hates me, all this stuff. And that started playing out in her, lashing out in anger, throwing shit, wanting to go talk, wanting to go party and everything. And that's what ended us because Child Protective Services got involved because she couldn't keep her P's and Q's together. Yeah. And then led that whole thing. And then they called me one day. It was when I was working at Belk. I was in the parking lot. And the motherfuckers called me and was like, look, you can see the one kid, which I thought was mine, that I knew at that time wasn't biologically mine, but you can't see the other kid when you come for visits because he's not yours. And I straight up on the phone because at that point, it hit me all at once. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If you're going to tell me that a kid that I raised and that I love to be mine that's not mine and one that still ain't mine but just has my last name, like, y'all going to tell me, like, I can't see them both? Like, I have to see one and not the other? And they got to be separate? Like, fuck y'all. Y'all can take my rights and give them to the guy that's actually his DNA. Because I name dropped that motherfucker. I told him who he was, where he lived, everything about him. I was like, this is him. I seen the messages. He knows it's his. Y'all go DNA test that motherfucker and leave me alone. I'm not coming back no more.
You a better man than me because once I found out it wasn't mine, I'm out. Fuck that.
Oh, I was hot. I mean, it was a lot to deal with, but at the same time, I was in a situation where
because you built the relationship.
and I knew that I was the sole provider. Like, if I left these children alone with this person who was at a point in her life reckless, like,
Yeah, and that's the thing. She's gonna have to live with the consequences of her actions.
yeah, and she does now because she has no parental rights to her children anymore. I don't think. The last time I checked, she didn't, but I don't know for sure. But at that time, she
a
didn't.
woman not having parental rights to their children is a pretty good sign that she ain't shit. I'm just gonna be honest.
The first kid, the youngest one, I know for sure that he was adopted by a family because she was an adopted kid too, because her mother died early and her daddy wasn't worth a fuck, and she lived with that family. But when she couldn't get her shit together, they adopted him, and then the kid that I thought was mine actually went to live with his dad in Memphis. She lost both of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's very rare that women lose their kids. So like, if they do, then you know it's something like.
Yeah,
the courts are usually pretty lenient with them.
Bro, the only time I went to jail, the only time I've been put in handcuffs twice and taken to jail. Like, I actually booked in, but it was because of the same thing. Like, I didn't know nothing about what domestic violence was. I didn't know nothing about the charges from it. I thought, like, so they come up that day. She'd been arguing me, beating the shit out of me because I've never put my hands on a woman, even though I'm a firm believer that if you put yourself in a man's place and he slaps the shit out of you because you've been beating him for 20 minutes and he knocks you down, you shouldn't have been trying that shit.
Equal rights and equal lefts.
Exactly. But me, even still, I can still hold myself back And I held myself back, but cops come to me. I was bleeding and everything. And I told them the whole story. I told them everything that happened. I told my whole truth.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got done, this motherfucker looked at me and said, "All right, stand up, put your hands behind your back." I said, "Whoa." I said, "First time I've told the police the truth and I'm going to jail? Like,
That's crazy.
hold the fuck up." And he said, when a third party outside of the household caused domestic violence to the property or location where it's happening,
Somebody's going to jail.
everybody's going to jail because there's no he said, she said. But if I got into it here with you and I called the cops and said, you was doing shit to me, they're taking you to jail because I called inside the house and called on you. But a neighbor called on us and said they're both out there arguing.
Yeah,
We
so
both got out,
both.
and they took both of us to jail that day.
Interesting. Well, that's gonna actually conclude this episode. So we're gonna do final thoughts. Sir, you just tell me how you felt about the show and shit like that, I guess. I don't know.
I'm gonna come back. I enjoy shit like this. I enjoy talking, getting viewpoints across to people that don't necessarily think the same way I do or think the same way y'all do. It's good to get that out for people to know. So I'm definitely gonna come back. I enjoy my time. I enjoy talking in general. Like I can sit here and talk for hours.
You got to come back when there's some women on here. That's when it's really.
Oh yeah.
Really.
I'm down for that.
Really fun.
I'm a good conversationalist, and I love to hear people talk. I would love to hear the conversations that we went over about rape and baby daddies and shit.
When
there's one that has a baby daddy sitting right here, because
it was one last week, just like that. She had 2 kids. I was like,
we're gonna have a
dating
conversation.
a single mother not a good idea. And she was just like, I'll tell him. I will tell him, bro. I'll tell him. And you know what? Surprisingly, they're usually actually understanding of my logic.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. But anyway,
Well, you can't be mad about it. But I think it was a good podcast, man. I had fun. I ain't seen my boy Briley.
It's been a minute.
Ever, bro. I was telling TJ when he said Briley was coming on. I said, man, I ain't seen that dude in forever, bro.
Oh yeah, Dub would be mad he wasn't here for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a good time. I ain't been on. I think I skipped a couple episodes, but if you having that rape conversation, I'm taking a rain check.
I'm well, yeah. We're gonna have it at some point. I've been talking, and a lot of people want to come on here and talk about it, like that abortion and all that shit.
People want to talk about it though.
Yeah,
but
there's
I
a
think
lot
it's
of things.
always
Suicide, even. We're gonna talk about that too.